What up, mini family? How you guys doing this wonderful Tuesday? Grey Knight Mini says it's moist time, and it is indeed moist time. Whoa.
Whoa.
I saw the chat in the UI, and then I saw the chat, like the actual chat window. Tomo, 5600. Thank you for the sub. I think that my chat window needs to be refreshed, and I'm not sure if you know how to do that. Caleb, sweet 20, you look exhausted. I'm a little tired, but I slept a lot yesterday, and I slept a good amount today as well, so I don't know why I look super tired. What up, Jess? What up, the kitten? Am I muted? One person says I'm muted?
You're not muted.
At the thought. How you doing? What have I done with my life for the past 13 months? Supported your favorite friend. Evil Herring DM with the 10 gifted subs! Sugar Daddy. Okay, I don't feel so bad. I've been tired as fuck since we got back. I slept like 9 hours both nights. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me.
Did the window actually open for you?
Yeah, no, that you did, whatever you did was great.
Good.
Comic Man 68, one short of the holy number. Thanks for the sub.
67?
67. The chat window is gone now. So whatever you did made it go away. I'm guessing it just minimized. How you guys doing today? I'm doing great. We're back from LVO. We'll probably do like a big podcast episode about it. But if you wanted to ask some questions, if anyone in the chat wanted to ask some questions, please feel free to. We're gonna do a little mail time. We got some fun things to show, or I think we do at least. I got a couple boxes while I was gone. Well, first of all, let's look at some things I got while I was at LVO. Doing well. I'm also recovering from LVO. Excellent, excellent. I got this lovely laser cut bookmark from someone who took my class. It was so nice of them. It looks so cool. It has like a Celtic knot pattern on it. Very cool. I'm suspended from work, so I get to watch the whole stream. Forget it. Another gift that I got from LVO. This came from Matt Sexwish and Ben Comets. It is a hat that has Velcro on it. And you can put whatever you want on it. And so John made up the fact that Matt Sexwish and Ben Comets had a brand called Sex Comet, and so I put Sex Comet on the hat. But it's got all these little letters and numbers and stuff and symbols. I love it. Shout out to Matt for the gift. All right, now some models. Miniac, have you ever ate a spaghetti and meatball pizza? No. A pizza with cut meatballs, spaghetti noodles, marinara sauce, and Parmesan cheese. I have not ever eaten that. I definitely would.
I mean, that just sounds like a pizza with noodles on it.
Yeah, it sounds like trying to, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a pasta pizza. All right, this one, spaghetti pizza is amazing. Balls. Come to Ohio then. And I can visit Vincey V as well. Evan, shake my head. Just a pizza with noodles on it. Okay. This one's from Mindwork Games, who I did meet at LVO. They showed me a new model they had we're working on, and it looks very fucking cool. I'm very excited to paint it.
I've had plenty of mac and cheese pizza in my time, and that's pretty good. The Super Gamer Boy is subscribing with Prime. Scott, looking good today. Evan, your voice is as soothing and sultry as ever. Well, I suppose that's true.
Beautiful. I got the Ghoul Queen from Mindwork Games. This was a Halloween limited edition model. You know, y'all know how I love my powerful bays.
You know it's not Halloween, right?
I know. Well, that gives you an idea about how slow they are with shipping. I bought it. I bought it around that time.
Ooh.
This one reminded me so much of the evil mom from Willow, whose name escapes me. Help me out here. Bavmorda? Something Bav?
I think it's just Evil Mom.
Evil mom from Willow. What's your least favorite faction to fight in Age of Sigmar. I don't like armies that shoot you a lot. So while I don't know all of them, I know that Ironeth Deep can have a lot of shooting. I know that the ones that I'm familiar with, Cities of Sigmar, have a lot of shooting, or some lists can have a lot of shooting. But yeah, I don't like dealing with shooty armies.
Gonna run all shooting next time we play.
No. The JWM4, thanks for the sub.
You gonna show those minis on the paint cam?
I am. She comes in a lot of pieces, and I was trying to talk and get out at the same time. But let's take a look here. What up, Cowtech? All right, here's the torso. First of all, I'll show you the box art. See a better idea what the model looks like as a one piece. There's the Ghoul Queen. Like the art is by Brahm. I love like the white eyes, just no pupils, just super menacing looking. Someone, Hersher Math, am I doing CNC again? No, I'm gonna do some painting today. So then, obviously there's another bit that goes in between here, but lovely casting. Got a nice big old cloak. Oh yeah, bud. That's my kind of model right there. And she got this evil, like curvy looking blade. Reminds me of some kind of like ritualistic sacrificial blade or something like that. Because it doesn't, I don't know. Does a curvy blade like this have any practical use?
It looks cool.
Is that what it is? Is there any value in having a blade curved like this?
There are some arguments that the answer to that question is yes, but the real answer to that question is definitely no.
So we got 2 yeses in chat. You're about to be actually, Evan. Prepare yourself. Love Brahm. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. Makes him bleed more.
Yeah.
Pansy Bear also caught the con crowd from LVO. It seems like I might have, but like the first 2 days I came back, I didn't feel sick at all. And I only have a sore throat. I feel totally fine otherwise. But that's the first thing I got. Ghoul Queen. It's for cutting. There is more curved surface.
It doesn't really work.
Can also be used to turn or trap blades. Okay, there you go.
That also doesn't really work.
All right, I got another box from a fan, Roberto Gomez Mueller.
Don't show no addresses on stream.
It's 2 boxes, so we'll cut it up one at a time. Apologies. Ooh, that was hella loud.
Yeah.
Let me just keep making the sound.
Pushing the levels to the red with that tape rip.
This one comes from, he has a little Instagram page called Rogo Minis, R-O-G-O. And if I'm being totally honest, I kind of forgot what he sent me because it was like a couple of weeks ago. I got a note here.
7 years.
This is to John. Okay, so this one's to John. So that's probably why there are 2 packages. Dang, okay, there's just tape attached to everything. Okay, this one's for me, I'm assuming.
This is definitely not what I would define as ASMR, kid.
No. Yeah, this is, Noel picked up the Duchess. Thank you very much. This says, Mr. Miniac, Happy New Year. Best wishes for the new year. May these brushes serve you well. Okay.
This
Love
is from
Mexico.
Rogo Minis.
Rogo Minis, R-O-G-O. Let's see what he's got here. He's got a nice little, wow, okay. Little Squidmar vibes here. Nice. This is a nice glossy little container here. It looks really nice. The packaging is nice.
Obviously the most important thing in a product.
Are these synthetics? Let's get a close-up on these tips here, Evan. Let me show you guys. I mean, those look really nice. They look really nice, and they have the same color as a Kolinsky brush, so that doesn't mean they are Kolinsky brushes, but they have very sharp points.
Are you telling me it's not real crab meat?
It might not be real crab meat. Okay, I'll paint with these today. Why not? All right, and that was it for mail times. I like synthetics better. Whose brushes are these? These are ROGO, Rogo Minis.
Rogo Minis.
Let's take a look here. Ooh,
I even put a link in the chat.
nice, thank you. Okay, so One thing I will say about these brushes is the ratio of belly to length might be a little bit off. It's a little short for how fat it is, but is that really gonna amount to much? We'll find out. We'll find out right now. Does everyone have a brush range now? Apparently. I mean, brushes and paints, kind of a dime a dozen. All right, so we're painting some Silencemen today. You know them, you love them. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about LVO, you want to just sit and chat about hobby stuff, I'm good. I'm good to do all those things. And let me make sure this is in focus.
Focus.
Focus. All right, well, that's as good as it's going to get.
Definitely just hid your chat window from you.
You did. All right, so one problem with these brushes is they have a guide hair on them. And so there's this little slippery fucking worm of a bristle just sliding around beyond all the other ones. At least I think there was. Let's try that again. How uncomfortable were you taking a photo with my buddy Dayton, dude in the weird gold snakeskin suit? Dayton was great. I wear shorts, so I understand the appeal of wearing clothes for the shock value. But like, he was a totally normal dude, and I had a good time talking to him. I asked him, I was like, give me your argument for the double turn. And so then cause he's got like a podcast. Him and Tomb King Tristan have a podcast called something about the all points. I can't remember what it was, but I remember Tomb King Tristan's name because he's in our chat every now and then when we're playing Age of Sigmar. No, he was a good guy. I like talking to him. Evan, what did you do while I was gone?
Bad things.
How would you define bad things?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. We'll keep it under wraps.
I'll talk about it when I'm ready.
We'll talk about it when I'm ready. All right.
John over here streaming himself watching Scott stream.
Very nice. This is synthetic. Was your room crowded? From the pics, it looked like sardines in a can. For the class, yeah, it was a little crowded. Play any games at LVO? Party at the All Points, that's what it is. What's the game for next week's stream? We're playing Age of Sigmar. Me and John, we're returning to the 500 points game. We've come full circle now. Game 2 for the 1,000 points. I'm sure you guys can see the tip there is curling. It's a pretty common thing that happens with synthetic brushes. Some people say that you can boil the tip or apply some kind of gentle heat to melt it back straight, but I've been painting for literally 1 minute. So yeah, I don't know. Is it worth fucking with it? To me, it isn't. Like, I have very little tolerance for tools that get in my way. So we're just gonna set it aside, and then I'm gonna paint with the brush that I know works. At least the way I like it to work. What's in the box? What happens at home when you're in Vegas stays at home? Yes, exactly. What brush is that? That was Rogo Mini's brush. But I'm gonna guess that synthetics, just like natural hair brushes, are a bit of a lottery. Some are gonna curl right away. Some are gonna be super awesome. Like, John gave me a synthetic brush to paint the Duchess with, and I could have probably painted the whole model with that brush because it was just so goddamn sharp, and it stayed that way. So sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But honestly, if you're buying synthetic brushes, at least from my perspective, I'm not really concerned about them like keeping a point. So when they do, it's like a bonus. When and how did you learn to growl? It was definitely over time. Like, I would, you do things, because it's like, you have to be incredibly fucking loud to do that. And so, like, you can't, I don't know. I would never want to, like, try to do that, like, in my house with my parents. I would just do it, like, maybe, like, in the shower, or, like, while I was driving to work in, like, high school and stuff like that. And then eventually you kind of just figure it out.
So
Mostly
now I'm
just
imagining
yell.
like your sibling out in the hallway and you going in the shower.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Teenage life.
Scott literally 30 seconds after picking up this brush. I mean, it is literally curling, and
Scott's just not into synthetic brushes, is what it boils down to.
Yeah. Are you ready now, Evan?
Am I what?
Are you ready now?
Man, he's really pushing me.
You
See,
put
we
it-
can
you-
hype it
you-
up for the
you-
whole stream,
You
man.
put it in the notification.
I put it in the notification, but people can wait.
All right, they're waiting then. Chad, am I finishing these Silence Men today or what?
How many silenced men?
9.
Are you finishing 9 silenced men today?
I mean, they're all in various stages of progress.
Do you want me to make you feel bad by putting up a prediction?
No, God, no.
Hey, Reaper Miniature is rating with a party of 42 to see you not finish 9 silenced men today.
What
Thank
up,
you,
Reaper
Reaper.
Miniatures? I think Evan ate a Cane's 6-piece meal and a sandwich. That was how he was a bad boy? Okay, so that's John's prediction.
Nah, that's bad, but that's also normal. Medium Swing wants to know, did you ever sing in any bands? Or do you just death scream at your dogs?
I just scream at my dogs.
Yeah.
Just scream at my dogs. No, I haven't sang in any bands, but it's actually someone at LVO asked that same question, and they were like, "I am leaving a death metal band, and you and I sound very similar. Would you like to sing in the band that I am leaving?" And I was like, very flattered, but that was the first time I ever got offered to do that.
Scott's pivoting his whole career.
Yes.
Miniature paintings for chumps.
Yeah, I turned that down, but it was very flattering. Dude, it was so cool to get to meet you and chat a bit at LVO. I didn't really get a chance to say how much I appreciate what you and John do. Love your guys' content. Love you guys and your content. I have you to personally thank for when I got back in the hobby. How much I learned from you and your videos made me dive deeper into the hobby than I ever thought I could. I can't believe you threw out the squish ball I gave you. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I was walking by and someone who came to our Top Live event just held his hand out, and I held my hand out, and then he gave me a green little squish ball, and I was holding this squish ball, and I could tell that there were little things popping out from it, but I was having a hard time actually catching it happen in the act, so I didn't really know if that was happening, but every once in a while I thought I would see a little ball kind of just ping, just like fly away. And then eventually I caught it happen in the act. I saw one of the balls like pop out, and then I saw like some like liquid come out too. And I was like, this guy gave me a goddamn stress ball that was broken. So I just threw it away. And then later on, he came back to reclaim it, and I had to tell him so sadly that I threw away his squish ball.
It's all right. It was defective. You did him a favor.
But no, it had history. The ball had a story, and I trashed it.
It had a story, and then it died.
And then I ended its lineage.
That's right. Every good story comes to an end.
So sad. I can do background vocals in your band. My cat gets really confused when I make the grudge noise at them. Yeah, definitely. Dude, I'm sorry, but Raising Cane's is not good. Zaxby's is much better. That's okay. You are allowed to have that opinion.
Scott's being gracious. I don't allow dissent.
Talk about a stressful situation. If only I had a stress ball, yes. Speaking of Elliot, does John know about the Fireball lawsuit yet? Oh my God. I hope you're joking right now. But like, dude, there was a guy hiding Fireball in the fucking Rio for John to find, and like everyone was fucking in on it. Like everyone that came up like knew about it. They were like, "Did you find the Fireball?" And it's just like, how the fuck does everyone know about this?
No, there actually is a lawsuit.
What?
So, Fireball whiskey is distinct from Fireball cinnamon. The little teeny plastic bottles of Fireball are a malt liquor, not a whiskey, and are half the strength and are fundamentally different than what you would get in the standard whiskey bottles.
Okay.
And they're being sued for deceptive marketing practices because they explicitly make the label of the little plastic ones to look exactly like the whiskey.
Oh wow. So who's getting sued? Fireball is. Wow. Okay, I thought it was about the Fireball being cached in the Rio.
I'm just telling you what they're being sued for, John.
It was so cool to hear all those things from people. Like a lot of people came up and had similar stories. Someone who took our class said that it was the best experience they've ever had in their life.
The class or Fireball whiskey?
The class.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it just meant a lot. Someone like straight up said like this was the best experience I've ever had in my life. And it's just like, damn, I don't really know how. It's a comment that's hard to even receive. It's like I don't even know how to feel about that.
Well, for context, their life might have just been incredibly bad.
That's true, but he had a wife and a 1-year-old child, so.
That's rough, buddy.
No, he was good. His name is Travis.
My kid is cool, but you know what's even cooler? Going to Vegas and painting some minis. Bye.
I mean, if you know someone who says that Fireball whiskey is the best experience of their life, please assist them in getting professional help.
John, that's you, buddy.
Yeah. DJ Exodor with 10 gifted subs. God damn, sir.
That's some gifted subs right there.
Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Oh, you guys, seriously, like everyone at LVO who came up and chatted with me, really, really made the experience amazing. And they always make the experience amazing. Just all the kind things people have to say. It's truly it's a blessed experience, for real.
Mammy Kanoki asks, last year you said you'd prepare for the demon next year. How's it going?
I'm not interested in doing Golden Demon at the moment, probably for reasons that happened after I made that promise. So I'm sorry, but yeah, not really working toward it. Not something that I'm super interested in at the moment. I'm enjoying painting armies right now. Oh, is that the Mamicon? The one and only? Hey Scott, are you heading to TMX? TMX being Tabletop Mini Expo, the con that Adam's putting together in June. Maybe. It's not that far away, and I live in Wisconsin. Well, my family rather lives in Wisconsin, so that's a possibility. Me and John were talking about going to another local convention in La Crosse, Wisconsin called CooleyCon. So I'll probably pick maybe a smaller one to go to, but maybe not all. What up, Mamicon? Yo, if you want to follow an amazing painter on Instagram, check out Mamicon. Evan tosses Instagram link in the chat there. He's a fantastic painter. Scott is a self-proclaimed tryhard though. What are your Scott's about that wargamer life? Fuck tryhard painting. Who said that? You guys have any courses planned outside of cons? At the moment, we do not. No. But that'd be cool to try out. We have Burbank in our sights, and we have Texas would be very easy as well. Super Gamer Boys gifting the sub to Mamicon. What up? Nice. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go to Adepticon. Absolutely. Yeah, we already have our room booked and stuff. But I
Well,
have
that
to,
makes one of us.
yeah. I have to buy a ticket though because like, I forgot to do that last time, and the tickets close before like the con actually starts. I don't think you can buy, at least last year, I don't remember being able to buy a ticket at the con, like the day of the con. Or you could buy like just daily badges, but not like a whole weekend badge, something like that. Oh yeah, you have 60 seconds to post a link to your Instagram, Mamicon. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm thinking of driving up to the TMX. Awesome. That'd be awesome. Oh, I should talk to him, talk to Adam about running conventions and stuff like that. Because it's definitely a thing that I'd be interested in at some point. But just like, you know, I feel like there are stepping stones that'd be like better things to do before just running a full-ass con. This guy's forearm is like the width of like 2 of his heads put together. He's fucking beefcake.
You know who else are beefcakes?
Me.
These Starfall Knights we're about to give away.
Oh, we got a lot of subs. You know what that means? Good giveaway. Throw me that box. Athletes. Woo!
Sports.
We're giving away some Starfall Knights. Starfall Knights. These
You got
are like
there.
these are females, right?
Yep.
Female.
Well, I think
light
it's
calf.
mixed.
Oh, it's mixed. It's light calf for Martells. New Martell faction. They're looking fresh. So the only requirement to be enrolled in this giveaway is that you follow the channel and that you live in a country that allows giveaways that don't consider gambling. But here, let me bust out.
Yeah, if you're normally excluded from giveaways, don't enter.
So far, the self-regulation has been working.
We think.
I just jinxed it right now.
Yeah.
But here they are. Just nice, Middle Eastern themed, crispy casts. It is still probably that plastic that's not super great. Also, they're all male. So the last unit we gave out, I think, was entirely.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the Outriders are all female and the Knights are all male.
Yeah.
The next box that we're giving away, spoilers, we've got Dune Vipers here. That's what's going to be the next target. And Dune Vipers, I believe, are all female or mostly female.
Okay.
So
Have you started the giveaway?
I have.
Okay, so it's begun. Type !moist in the chat to be enrolled in the giveaway. And they have what, 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
I've got this one set to 20.
20 minutes. All right, so we're going to hang out.
And then at the end of this giveaway, I'll talk about the bad things that I've done.
Okay.
My sins.
My sins.
Forgive me, Scott. I've done a bad thing.
Yes, I am mini painting Jesus, and I have that power. The forgiveness of mini painting crimes. I will cleanse you of all unrighteousness.
I thought you were like the mini painting devil.
Could be a little bit of both. Little column A, little column B.
Because mini painting Jesus is probably Brent.
Yeah. Who is the mini painting? Satan. I don't know. Seems like a mean thing. Wouldn't want to call anyone mini painting Satan.
Dr. O'Dillon resubscribing at Tier 1 for 3 months now.
Thank you, Dr. O'Dillon.
And
Pepe
Milkshake. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. I think it's Vince as manipulating Satan. You do beguiling.
There are kinds of Satans.
He comes in white clothes and whispers in your ear. You can be a better painter. There's an easy way, a hobby cheating way. Your soul, give it to me.
It's trying to remind me of Legend a little bit.
I mean, I could see Vince filling in for Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah? I watched all of that Star Wars show.
Andor.
I watched all of it.
It's pretty good.
Yes. I wish the ending was more satisfying instead of just being a hook for season 2.
Season 2 is coming.
I know, it's definitely coming. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Supposedly it's like a 7-year time skip, but it doesn't matter because it won't feel like it because he's supposed to be 21. That still makes me so mad. It's the only problem I have with that show is finding out that Andor is supposed to be 21 in it.
Okay, we got one more arm to do here, and then we're good. It was like
Space years.
That's what it is, dude. It's space years.
That's right.
Wasn't there some experiment done about relativity where you had like 2 like identical twins and one stayed on Earth and one like traveled like around the Earth or like far away from the Earth and came back and they were like different like ages? When they came back, like one had aged less?
I mean, you are describing how relativity works, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's actually done a practical measurement. The thing is space travel is really fucking hard on the body.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason that they only stay up on the ISS for very limited periods of time. Because if they sent someone up there for like 3 years, their bones would basically disappear. They would have really bad bonitis or whatever. JTP Crusade, I don't even know how to address that criticism because I fundamentally disagree. Every episode had so much happening in Andor.
No, that's not true. After the mid-season like hype, like there were like 2 or 3 episodes where it's just like, what's happening right now? Like every scene that we saw of Andor, he was just working on more machines and staring around like he was like about to do something. We could have definitely cut like half of those scenes.
Oh, I strong disagree.
I don't think it was building toward anything. I like things that really push the plot forward. I don't like wasting time, which it might not have been a waste of time, but at times it felt like it.
Well, what I do like is that Vulcan Raven 51 just subscribed with Prime.
Did we miss one before that as well?
Colts Pinks 123.
That's the one.
8 months on that one.
Oh, see, JTP said the first couple episodes got him bored, but I felt pretty excited as well.
I think every episode stuff happens. There is not an episode where nothing happens.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
The episodes take their time because it is not like a swashbuckling action show. But there is no episode in which it's just kind of like, okay, well, we got to kill time. You know, we have 13 episodes to fill. So we've got 2 or 3 episodes where we're just going to stand around and talk about what's happened this season. There was none of that.
Gotcha. Rufus Kit said, glad you went from being afraid of the crowd size to stage diving and doing a little crowd surfing, which if you weren't at LVO or on Facebook or saw my story, I did a little crowd surfing after Tup Live. Yeah, I don't know. I think when I'm in my element, it's fine, but like leading up to the event, there's just so many things that I'm like charged with worrying about, like all the tech and stuff, making sure like I brought everything that we needed to use and communicating with the venue about like what they need and what I have and what we want for our show and stuff like that. Kind of I have to kind of do that communicating. And so, yeah, I was just concerned that some things weren't going to like actually happen that we wanted to happen and things like that. But then once you kind of figure it all out and then it's all fine and you're actually like in the shit and it's working, then yeah, then we can relax and just have a normal show.
I got distracted.
If you are just tuning in right now, we're doing a giveaway for a box of Starfall Nights. Type !moist in the chat channel. If you are a follower, you'll be entered into the giveaway. Did I watch the new TLOU episode? I don't know what that is. What's TLOU?
The Last of Us.
Oh,
Everyone's been going all ape for The Last of Us.
L.R. Ricard says, I have no problem with storytelling if it's still done well. Slow storytelling if it's still done well. I agree with that, yeah. And maybe I should have more patience with Andor, because like I like a slow burn horror movie, and those are fine. Like I feel like, shoot, what was that horror movie that got redone where it's like The Stepford Wives? The Stepford Wives is, to me, the ultimate slow burn horror movie. It just captivates you and just shows you little by little, and it's a fantastic movie. But then like on the other side you have like Harry Potter 1, which is just like everything in that movie just is constantly moving the story forward, constantly. And it's like also it's another kind of really satisfying movie to watch. I
fundamentally disagree about the first Harry Potter movie. It feels too rushed.
Okay. So you think it's too fast? Okay.
It's not that every scene has a purpose, but many of the scenes are cut to the point where the scene itself is too short.
Okay.
One example I remember is that there's something where they have to be at the Quidditch field for the next thing that happens. And so it's like, oh, I have Quidditch practice. And then it just shows him like grabbing the golden snitch, and then they're walking out of the field like in 15 seconds.
Okay, you want to see that Quidditch practice.
I want there to be a reason that there's actually a scene for Quidditch practice, rather than they could just skip over that shot entirely instead of having a stupid scene that isn't actually a practice game or a game or whatever.
Harry Potter sucks puddle water. Andor is a horror show, the horrors of fascism. We got a sub from Boostaflex, I believe was the name.
Boostaflex.
Thank you for this.
With the prime sub.
Hell yeah. Welcome home, Scott. Hope it was a good trip. Yeah, it was a good trip. Got a lot done. Met a lot of awesome people. I love talking to people for forever. Me and Andy Wardle just talked about metal music for like, I swear to God, an hour straight. It was great.
You know, you could do that on Discord too.
We can, but it's just so much more fun in person.
Whoa.
We all want Lord of the Rings style director's cuts of the Harry Potter movies. Hey, yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind some more context and some more visuals of the world. I think I rewatched Harry Potter maybe 2 years ago at this point, like all 7 of them or all 8 of them or whatever it is. Yeah, there was a lot to do before I left for LVO, so it was a bit of a rush. I did not anticipate how long it would take to assemble 25 display models and clean and prime them all. It took all day.
You know, when you said you were gonna get some done on stream last week, and it would be no problem, that's a meme, and I knew that it would be slower than I expected. But then at the end of the stream, you had assembled
2.
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah.
That was at the point at which I became concerned.
I was like, yeah, so I have tomorrow to do the other, 23.5. And it took a long fucking time. It's basically, my fight was at 9:55, and I was here in the office with Amber helping me until 9. And then we drove home, and then I packed 3 pairs of underwears, 2 t-shirts, a pair of pants, and a toothbrush, and then left for the airport. Got to the airport at 9:30 for a 9:55 flight. Had to check 2 bags of luggage. Luckily there was not really a line, so we got through that fast. And then I have TSA pre-check. I bought it this year because we were gonna fly a lot this year, and I don't like sitting in lines. And there was no TSA pre-check line. You just got a little sticker on your passport that says, I don't gotta take my shoes off, in the normal pleb line. And so that didn't save me any time. And I just fucking full on sprinted to my gate, because this is coming off the back of a trip to Hawaii where we missed a connecting flight where I felt like I could have got there in time if I just sprinted faster. And so I was like, I am not missing this flight to Las Vegas. Or at least I'm not gonna leave anything on the table. And so I just fucking full on sprinted. And I got there, and there was 15 minutes to go for boarding, so I was totally fine. I was totally out of breath. And Ryan Vega was there. If you're a fan of the gaming stream, he's the guy that showed me how to play MCP. So he was there going to LVO, and so we had a chat while I was like sweating balls and like out of breath.
He was like, Scott, you don't look so good.
He's like, why are you breathing so heavily? Guy
Perhaps you
Montags.
should get some exercise.
Thanks for the sub, guy. What up, Radislav? Kinash. Dude, I think the MCP had like 200 plus players. God damn.
Huh.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it.
It's been over a year since you made me buy those MCP minis.
No regrets. Oh yes, we're doing a giveaway right now for a box of Starfall Nights.
That's right. About 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left. Type exclamation mark moist in the chat to win this lovely box of models for this lovely game called SIF. Sound West and Fire.
Which also had a pretty successful tournament at LVO.
It did.
Did not have 200 players. Someday.
Yeah, it's more like 50. 50? I don't know.
It was less, but I think they had up to 50 slots.
Nice.
Lance Jack Scott did not play at LVO.
Yeah, there was literally no time for anything else at the con, because like my class was like from 10 to 6, and so like all the events kind of happened in that time frame, and it happened on Saturday and Sunday, and they left on happened on Friday and Saturday, and they left on Sunday at like 11 a.m. So I got to see the vendor hall for like an hour and a half between the 2.25 days that I was there, and it was cool. I loved perusing all the painted models. There were some amazing models there for the competition. I forget, does the competition have a name, like Golden Demon or Crystal Brush or Resin Beast? Does the LVO one have a name? Anyone know? How did class go? It went really well. The only thing that I forgot in like my rushing was the power cable for my very bright light fixture. That's, you know, it's a 1 foot panel, but it's super bright. So I brought that to illuminate the model while we were painting. And I just forgot the cable for it. And it's not like a normal cable that you can just like, it's not like powered off USB. It like uses a very expensive kind of adapter. And so we couldn't use it at all. And then I was like, fuck, we gotta find some solution here. And so then we actually just had 2 hobby lamps that was provided to us that worked great. And so that was the only thing I forgot. And got that resolved in the first day in the morning. And the rest of the class went off without a hitch. We were like maybe rushing a little bit toward the end of the second day, but otherwise it was really good. Zin Lee X, thank you for the sub. 7-month streak. Starrick. Pansy Bear, out of my entrances, I got 2 bronzes, more than I expected, but the feedback IRL was awesome. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. The class was excellent. I can confirm, even despite the snapping paintbrushes. Even despite the snapping, Azaries, is that Hulk in the chat? Yeah, we had a guy in our class, John handed out brushes at the beginning, who was holding the brush so firmly that he snapped it in his hand.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive.
I know, because we called him Hulk from then on. What up, Azaries? Thanks for again showing up to that class and supporting us. We appreciate it, man. Okay, so I got all the skin done on these guys now. So I guess now what we'll do is some metal, perhaps. Oh.
There was a post on the mini painting subreddit over the weekend that was a love fest for you and John. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Assmaster on Reddit posted this photo of himself with you and John.
Oh, yeah, that guy was in our class.
Yeah. He said that the class was very, very beneficial. People were commenting that they were surprised that you were so tall, and I just pointed out that actually you're 5'3", so the OP and John are just that tiny.
Yes. Yeah, I actually am 5'3" indeed. Evan is like 7'9".
Yeah.
All right, I need to paint the skin of one eye, and that was it. That was super nice. I'm glad. That guy was such a nice dude. It just kind of like makes you realize that someone on Reddit can have the name Ass Master and just be like a totally pleasant human being, you know? So, you know, don't judge by Reddit names. That's all I gotta say about that.
Or do, it's fine.
People snap painting needles in the same, or knitting needles in the same way. You know, it makes sense, right? Because like, if you're trying to like make sure you're painting very accurately, you know, you're gonna be under a lot of pressure and you're probably gonna break it. It makes sense. Is 5'3" to centimeter mean around 160 cm? I have no idea. Also, he's just joking. I'm not 5'3". I'm 6'1", but it doesn't.
5'1", yeah.
5'1". Class was awesome, so much fun. Everyone should go to the next one. We got a couple people from class in the chat right now. That's awesome. Yeah, we handed out surveys like we did the first time at the end of class. And yeah, everyone had a lot of really positive things to say. There was like a little bit of great feedback as well that we're hopefully gonna apply to the next class. I'm actually chatting with one of the students right now who had some more in-depth feedback. But it was really good. We try to not, it's like, you know, there's some temptation there to be like, people are gonna show up because we're YouTubers, right? And so, like, there is some temptation to be like, we don't need to try that hard. But like, I really try to fight back against that and try to like create not just a good experience, like everyone, like every other mini painter's good experience, but like even better than that. I wanna push the industry to like provide better resources for their students and provide a better experience as well. So yeah. All right.
Giveaway's just about to end. ! Moist in the chat. As long as you live in a locale where you're allowed to enter giveaways. Giving away them Starfall Knights.
Do you line them up from best to worst at the end? Yeah, and then the person who painted the worst model gets executed.
It's true. It's a very cutthroat thing. Because, I mean, like, it is a gaming competition, so.
Right, yeah. Last place always dies.
Yeah, just like British baking show.
Yeah, that's how it works there, too, yeah.
It's my favorite part about it. When the queen comes on the show and shoots the worst contender each episode. All right, so. Giveaways ended. I hope you're in chat, because otherwise we pick another one. Batcore0210 is our winner. Sound off in chat, Batcore. Oh yeah, this post was a big love fest for you guys. You got 2,000 upvotes.
Holy fucking shit. Nothing I've ever posted to Reddit has ever done that well.
Yeah, but see, the thing is when it's shameless self-promotion, Scott.
Yes.
They hate you.
That's true.
That guy's fucking overrated. He can't even win a golden demon or whatever.
Oh.
And then, yeah, someone else posts, man, these guys are absolute treasures. This was great. Everyone's like, yeah, I love Miniac's videos. He's the best.
Nice.
That's how it works.
I'll take it. I'll take the kind words.
Yeah, you should try changing your name to Ass Miniac on Reddit.
Yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. Batcore is the name of Scott's AOS faction. Absolutely.
You know, it might be, but Batcore hasn't responded yet in chat. Batcore, you got to be here to win.
Mini ass. I like that one. I like mini ass. Okay. How did I paint the OG one? OG one? Where are you at? Covered in resin? I don't think so. I thought I saw him over here. There he is. There he is. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. The face mask is entirely gold, and then the chainmail, like, face covering thing. Backcore, not here, Sag. I will accept it on their behalf. No worries.
Oh, okay, easy.
What's the fate of the resin covered new ones? Gotta buy new ones or what? No, because I'm famous, they sent me ones because of my debacle.
It's true. They're sitting right next to our giveaway ones.
Yeah. Call it because I'm famous or because I have a good relationship with Simon and I make them some amount of money because of the videos I make for them. But yeah, they...
it can be both.
Yeah, they saw my sad, sorry state and they sent me the mouse to replace the ones that I had damaged. Okay.
All right, I'm picking a new winner. Sorry, Batcore, you were gone.
Damn.
If you watch this on the VOD, it's your own fault. You entered a giveaway and then you left hoping that it would be fine.
And it wasn't.
And now our winner is Pepe Milkshake.
Hey!
Who just posted in chat a second ago. Boom. Easy.
Pepe. I'm gonna wash this silver down with like a dark blue, and so it's gonna get darker. And this is not even the brightest silver that AK Interactive makes, but man, it's seeming real silver right now. I'm gonna trust in the process.
Trust in the process. Trust in the plan. Oh wait, I shouldn't joke about that. Conspiracy theorists will come in here.
Mike Jean says Scott should auction off artfully coated resin goop minis for charity. I mean, I can if you guys. We can put them in a giveaway if you want. I ain't gonna fucking use them. Well,
and Mike Jean is also referring to the Midwinter Minis 100 coats of various things.
Oh.
Because he auctioned those for charity.
Yeah, but at least he did that intentionally.
So he claims.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the best way to do this. There probably isn't another way. We're getting real raunchy in the chat right now, Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's Twitch chat.
It's Twitch chat. And
they're all criminals, you know.
My models are covered in white goop.
Yes. On their faces.
Honestly, you know, it was going to happen. There was no denying it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to get back to making videos, though. I know I got my plan is all ready for February, and so I'm ready to get back into it. I think I should just paint all of the metallics right now. So maybe I should put the gold and the silver on my palette and just do it all right now.
Where are my Post-it notes?
Are they over here, maybe?
Did you steal my Post-it notes?
I didn't do it. Maybe someone else. Oh, they're on top of my wet palette lid right there. Okay, I also need some black paint to clean up any mistakes I make on the tunic. Do you want me to get you the Post-it notes?
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
Okay.
I gotta come on stream anyway to confess my sins.
That's true. There's the black paint. Nice. Hey Scott, paint all your metallics. I'm on it. I'm doing it. You can make a diorama with the resin models and call it Scott's Children.
Yikes.
What up, what up, what up? Hope LVO went well. It did, Krish. You want to sit in the chair? You want the spotlight?
Yeah, give me the spotlight for a minute.
All right.
I am actually wearing a glove because I knew that this was going to happen.
Oh, wow, look at you. All right, all right.
First I'm gonna grab these.
Enjoy sitting in my chair.
Yeah, your tiny chair. Truly, Scott's chair is ancient. I was bad. I said I wasn't gonna buy any more Stormcast, and then I bought more Stormcast, and I bought more Stormcast inside the Stormcast that I bought.
Stormcast on Stormcast?
Yeah, I said I was done when I had like 7,300 points. Jesus Christ, chat.
How many points do you have now?
I haven't calculated it, but I'm going to guess somewhere around 9,000.
Chat, it's nut time.
Yeah, it's nut time.
Which one is this?
Yeah, he's me. I should just start painting his minis.
Don't. Don't do it.
The thing that terrifies Scott most. Oh, yeah. Let's just slap some metallics on these capes. But yeah, I did it. I bought more Stormcast.
Wait, did I miss it? Did you say how many points it is?
No, I need to calculate it, but I think it's like somewhere around 9,000.
Could it be over 9,000?
It could be. And it will be once the rest of my special orders come in because there's more Stormcast on the way. Scott, I can't stop. What have you done to me?
I didn't do anything. I told you to buy dwarves. And you're like, yeah, I'm just buying all these cheap Stormcast Eternals, and I just keep fucking buying full retail price ones.
No. These aren't full price because this is a holiday box.
Yeah, okay,
it's a good deal.
Sure.
It's a good deal.
The MSRP that GW set for that box.
Yeah, it is. I did buy it in MSRP.
10% off though, because of the source.
Yeah. Source Comics Games, good store. Yeah, it's bad. It's really
You
bad.
did a bad thing, Chad. It's a good deal. It's a good deal, Copium. Yes.
Okay, so here's how I justified it last night. Printing troops is a big pain in the ass.
Printing them?
Printing troops is a big pain in the ass.
For 3D printing.
Yes. Because you have to print a whole bunch of guys, which is a whole bunch of prints, basically.
It is, yes. I can confirm printing a unit of models is a pain in the ass.
Whereas with printing like one monster, I'm fine with. Because last night it was between buying this or buying like one of the big dragons. And I was like, you know what? There are a ton of really great big dragon models. And that's like 2 prints. You do the wings and then you do the body and the tail. And that's like how most of them are cut up. Whereas with printing all these troops, that would be like 7 to 10 prints, particularly with all the failures and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? Just get the holiday box. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Danimals isn't helping at all. He's like putting the new like General's Handbook like on hold for us. So I got a call from the fucking source and they're like, Mr. Walter, your book is on hold for you. And I was like, what? I didn't put a book on hold for me. Dan's making us buy a bunch of stuff.
That's true. Dan is the ultimate pusher.
Yeah. So then I went in and I bought the book.
Do my Stormcast have heads yet? Well,
if the answer isn't immediately yes, you know it's no.
well, the answer isn't immediately yes. Soon.
Oh, I love it.
Animated armor. That's what my army theme always was, chat. Come on. You know that.
The Headless Horseman.
That's right.
My gold not here?
But I believe that we're probably going to play our game on stream.
You and I?
Yeah, because it's you versus John this week. And then the next game after that will be you and me again.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were... You were my second game, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
yeah.
Because I just played against Alex again. I'm back at my beginning of the loop. So
You're right.
you have to take care of John.
Yep.
Blast.
I gotta take care of John.
Blast Nurgle out of the park because Soul Blight OP.
Soul Blood OP, obviously.
Yeah.
1,000 points, though.
1,000. And then we'll be playing 1250 against each other.
Which means I'm busting out my Vengorian Vampire Lord, chat.
That's what he thinks.
That's the big guy. Wait, what do you mean that's what I think?
I mean, I have access to him. I can just hide him before the game.
Don't do that. No, you don't have access. Where is he?
Right there?
He's at my house. Nice
Oh,
try.
okay. I thought you meant that guy there.
Nice try.
It's all right. I'll hide that guy and that guy. Scott loses by default. He doesn't have an army to field.
I don't have models.
Yep.
I'll just field my Greyjoy models. Easy. All right, there we go. There's Necro Gold, my beloved.
It really is like your favorite color.
It is. I was like thinking about if I wanted to make like an artist's range through scale 75, like have my face on the box and sell like a bunch of paints from them. I would just put a bunch of paints in there that they already make, because I've formed my painting style around a lot of the colors in this range, just because they exist. So I can't even like think creatively to the point where I'd be able to know like what paints I even want in the first place. So what I'm saying is it'd be a waste of time. All right, gold.
Yeah, Rufus, we at this juncture have integrated all of the fancy seasonal rules and battalions and all that stuff.
Yes. For game 2 of 1,000 points, we're going full AOS.
And honestly, my game against Alex, while it took too long because both of us are newer players, it was a really good game.
Great.
I won it by 1 point with the final roll of the last round. It was literally make this 9-inch charge or lose the game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose then after that charge, you had to kill some stuff.
No. That's just it. All I had to do was make the charge. Because if I didn't make it to him, he wouldn't be in combat, and he could move to fulfill a battle tactic, and he would have won by 1 point.
Couldn't he have retreated to also do that same thing?
No, because a regular move wouldn't have been enough. He could have ran.
Okay.
So the idea was he still had desecrate their lands available, and he was close enough to my terrain piece that with a run, he could get there. He could auto 6 the run with his 1 command point, and he could just stretch out and get there and claim it because I didn't have anyone in it, and I couldn't get to it. And so he would win the game by like 1 or 2 points, depending on how many points I got in my turn.
Okay.
But since I made the charge, all he could do is retreat and do a regular move, so he couldn't get there.
Okay.
Of course, after I made the charge, I did take that unit off the board, so it didn't matter. But that was just it. It was tight. It was a really good game.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm looking forward to trying out all that new stuff as well. Dang it. Jess777 asked if I've shared my my thoughts on the new Warcry vampires, and I'm not the hugest fan of them. I don't know, like they seem really thin. It's hard to describe why I don't like them. I don't know. I'm not like a super huge person for like East Asian aesthetic. It's like
stopped it. I'm not a super huge person.
that is true. But yeah, so like they're like Asian vampires. They're like they're kind of like samurais a little bit. And yeah, I'm not super into that aesthetic. Saw that they didn't grab me immediately. But then like they have like a lot of interesting design choices that I'm also not super keen on. But we did get vampire infantry, and that is something to celebrate. Kian B getting 5 subs. Thank you, sir.
5 subs, man. At this rate, we might actually do 2 giveaways today.
Oh, damn. Adric Knight, what up? I met Adric Knight also at LVO. Super great to meet him. He helped us out so much with the audio setup in both the gaming stream and the stream here. Like what hardware to pick up and like what other production questions I had, like just like storage and shit. Like how do you store all this stuff? Great to meet Adric.
I love that idea, KMB, but I will point out that Sons of Bahamut are like the least competitive possible army now. Because they have literally no Galatian champions.
What's the idea?
The idea is, recently I've had this terrible idea to start a Sons of Bahamut Ratatouille theme, where I have a Skaven model on all the Gargants, like riding them on their head and controlling them. Should I give in and just throw that moolah at GW? Dan thinks it's a good idea, and I agree with Dan. But yeah, this season, Sons of Bahamut are going to have a really hard time winning games.
Yeah, but rules change.
Yeah.
And that idea is forever. So.
Yeah, and in 6 months, they're going to say it's the season of giants.
Yeah.
You can only be a champ if you're a giant.
Did we discuss on stream already how, like, being able to roll for a priority and, like, that being a large strategical consideration is in and of itself a balancing, like what's the term I'm looking for here? Like that balances the game. The fact that there's a 40% chance that at any given time your opponent can go twice. I know that you and I discussed that, Evan, but do we talk about that on the stream at all?
I don't know, maybe. We talk about a lot of stuff on stream, and we talk about a lot of stuff off stream. So
we'll talk about it maybe during the game.
Yeah.
Not now. We kind of had the monster season. Don't see it coming back soon. Gotcha. Is Adepticon on the books? I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but yes, I am definitely going.
we'll both be there.
Yes, Evan's going to help with the top live audio and video. Yeah, it should be affecting your decisions every move. Vince said he'd love to have you on to complain about the priority roll for 2 hours. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did say that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The whole show will just be you complaining about the priority roll.
I don't think it's going to happen, but like I would love to just see what everyone else sees and then just like be done thinking about it. Like, oh yeah, you're right. I do agree with you guys. It's like, it's amazing. It's not going to happen, but like I would love to come to that point. But just talking about it and working through the whole conversation, I think would be a lot of fun because I'm the kind of person who loves to argue and doesn't often get the ability to like take an argument to completion very often. People always kind of like just either get annoyed of me or they're like, why do you care so much? Like,
oh God, I hate that.
I hate
so
that
much.
so fucking much. It's
That's like the immediate I want to punch someone in the face.
Yeah. So that is like an opportunity to like have that conversation in full. And so I am looking forward to being able to do that at some point.
Something that we have in common.
Mm-hmm.
Love of arguing.
Yes. Delicious. I just want to drop by and say I enjoy the Miniac YouTube videos. Unfortunately, I don't really find time to consume more than the videos on the main channel. Thank you for the content and take care. And don't forget to pay more minis because you're going to have to pay for me as well. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by the stream and letting me know that you appreciate the videos. Thank you so much. I've never managed to show anyone AOS without a strong negative reaction to the double turn in priority. Delicious says, and yes, I felt the cringe in that message. There's no cringe, man. It's a bunch of nice things. I appreciate it.
The only cringe messages are the ones that are like bizarre.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just like regular internet chat weirdness. I mean like am I being watched right now? And not like on camera?
Yes. Those are always spooky.
Yeah.
You realize it's going to be nonstop. Here's why you're wrong. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Sure.
I'm ready for it. I think I've heard all the arguments. And so I don't think I'm going to hear anything necessarily new. But like, if we can like get to the point where it's like the whole audience is just like, okay, I see what you're saying, Scott. We're going to agree to disagree. I feel like that's like a win for me, you know? It's like, oh, we understand where you're coming from. But we like it for this reason, and you dislike it for this reason, so we're never going to come to an agreement. It's like,
I think what it boils down to for me, I don't have a problem with the priority roll in and of itself. What I have a problem with it is people taking the game seriously. I really, really like AOS. I look forward to playing AOS more than I look forward to playing Song. I think it's a ton of fun. I don't think I could ever really take that game fully seriously like I do Song, though. Because the theme of the game is everything is subject to dice rolls all the time. You don't get to make decisions and not have it be subject in some way to dice rolls.
That's a good thing?
No, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying that's like...
Well, then why do you like it?
No, I mean, like, if that's the theme of the game, it's a fun random game. There are lots of fun random games.
Sure.
You know, like there's still No. There's still decision making involved. I'm not saying that there's no skill in AOS, but it is still randomness is the big factor there.
Yeah.
You mitigate that with list building and hedging and all that kind of stuff, but ultimately, like, everything is about randomness in that game.
Yeah.
And so the idea of taking that as like a serious competitive game is just kind of farcical to me.
All right.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
And the models are sick.
Yeah, so basically, if we get to that point, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, like, it is what it is,
Yeah.
then it's like, all right, that's fine. But if they, I mean, I think the problem is, like, people criticize it to not be strategic, and then people who like AOS play that game, and they're like, no, it is strategic for X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, yeah, you could consider it to be that way, but ultimately, it's just not that kind of game.
It's so significantly less strategic than comparable games with less randomness.
Right.
It's not that it has no strategy.
You're right.
It's just kind of like
right.
The ceiling is like, okay, so for instance, my paladins their alt weapon is something that does mortal wounds. It's like you replace their weapon with a mace that's D3 mortal wounds. But it doesn't just work. You have to roll a 2-up to do the D3 mortal wounds. Why? Well, because they want it to just not work. Not even every game. You know, like, oh, you've got one of that weapon. Your chances are it'll work all 5 attacks on your turn. Maybe. You know, like,
Maybe
it's
not.
just, why? Why not just have it work?
We don't know.
I think 2-up rolls in general are not a good thing. Like one of the new Galatian champion things is when this Galatian champion would die, roll a dice, and on a 3-up it lives, basically. And it's like, why are you making me roll? Why not just give him extra wounds or have him stay alive the first time he would die at 1 wound or something?
Yeah. So it must be a choice that the developers of AOS actively make.
Oh, 100%. The choice that they have made is that they want everything possible in the game to be subject to dice rolls.
Right.
They want you rolling dice, and they want them being rolled a lot.
Some Waternuts asks, is there any news regarding you with GW? Nope. Same thing. Scott, every AOS player doesn't like the double turn. We just live with it. We would like it to be gone, but it's probably not going away for a while. We defend it because that's what people complain about the most and earn in the game. I don't know if everyone shares that same opinion, Pansy Bear. I think people genuinely like it, which is part of my personality that's confused. But that I'm now slowly starting to realize that people like that kind of mechanic in a game. I'm like, maybe I had to force the words out, which is news to me. Like, when I feel out of control out of the game, like my decisions don't ultimately determine my victory, that like really frustrates me. But some other people, I think Vince is one of them, enjoys that drama in the game, enjoys that dice rolling mechanic. Also, when I asked that guy in that like giant, that one-piece gold suit that he was wearing with all the holes cut out of it, his decision was because of a comeback mechanic, you know? At any point, no matter how good my list is or how good your list is or how the balance is, at any point the game can swing in my favor. So there's always a comeback mechanic, no matter, you know, air quotes, no matter the state of the game, which that's a valid thing to like. Lumumba. Thanks for the prime sub, appreciate it.
You got there.
AOS players are clearly having the most fun in the LVO. If the LVO rewards were any indication, I believe that. I think those were actually going on during Top Live in the same room, but the room's so fucking gigantic that they could be like on one other side and it'd be totally okay. But yeah. At least squigs have a fixed plus D6 movement now. It would be too fun if the fun stuff just happened. Yeah, Rufus says it. I agree. That it creates those big dice rolling moments, and it does. And if you and your buddies are the kind of people that can like have that happen and just not get super sad that you kind of feel like you lost because of a dice roll, I will say that obviously gamers are more inclined to say that they lost because of a single dice roll as opposed to a combination of choices made up until that point, and that just was like the catalyst. Probably I don't know how often you actually lose the game because of the priority roll, but it just feels bad,
It certainly feels like you can put yourself into an unrecoverable position.
Yeah.
I only was in that position to win that game by 1 point because I got a double turn earlier in the game. Probably. And the double turn I got compensated for having a cataclysmically bad turn. It was in round 1. I went second in round 1. But my going second, none of my charges happened. I failed 4 charges.
Yeah.
And so when I got the double turn, it was, I can just let him, I am now in all these bad positions and he can just charge into me and I will lose the game. So I have to go again and just basically finish the turn that I was trying to do before.
Do everything I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And it actually still left me on the back foot for a lot of that combat because I basically gave up a turn doing a whole lot of nothing other than positioning for the second turn.
Right. Night jousting 2. It's been an interesting experiment, but hey, Old World is on its way back now. I'm not sure that Old World is going to be much better in terms of rules. I'm not saying that it's going to have a double turn.
I think it's hard to have high hopes for GW games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we're on the same page there. Like, sure, there won't be priority turn, but if it's like the old game was, combat wasn't back and forth. No part of fantasy was back and forth. You literally ran with your entire army, did your whole thing in your turn. Like you got to hit people. Man, how did it work actually? Yeah, okay, so the way it worked was, as the person whose turn it was, you picked a combat to do, and then in version 8 of the game, you'd pick the combat, and then you would compare initiative values, and whoever had the higher initiative value in that combat would go, unless you had certain rules like always strikes first or always strikes last. So you didn't get to pop over a different combat and then swing. So I guess there is alternating activation in that same way as AOS, where you get to at least swing with your models, but you don't get to pick what unit goes next then.
Tudorar subscribed to Tier 1 5th month in a row.
Hey. Thank you, Tudorar. All right.
Yeah, I just don't understand why I like AOS so much. That's what it boils down to.
By
all accounts, I should just hate it.
I always like to ask people why, everything. Why do you like things? Why do... because I'm just interested in hearing the answer.
Why do you like my videos?
Yeah, no, that too. I like to just know why. And it's not because I'm trying to question it. Oftentimes that question comes from a place of criticism. Why do you even like AOS? It's so bad. But that's just an example. But it's okay.
I'm laughing at what Mike Genie said.
Oh, it's okay to like something and not have a reason for it. Effectively is what my argument is right now.
Mike Genie's argument is that AOS is so bad it's good.
Sure.
You like it because we like bad movies and it's stupid. Yeah. Kinda.
Maybe. I am not at the same place as Evan is. I do not like AOS that much. It's I love the models. The models are great. I tolerate the game. I'm not even saying that I enjoy AOS like I enjoy a shitty 80s fantasy movie. But for some people, yeah, maybe. If you could invent an army for AOS and remove an army, what would they be and why? I feel like this would be a better question for someone who's played all of the factions and has an opinion about what's the most abusive faction in the game, because I don't really have that opinion.
Just think about the thematics. You like the models. What models would you like to see in the game that aren't there right now?
Sure, yeah. That could definitely have an answer. I mean, I'd love there to be a fucking Wood Elf faction. Can I say that? Is that too obvious? There's a Sea Elf thing. There's Lumineth, which is kind of High Plains, wind and cow themed. I want a fucking I want like there's a unit in the Sylvaneth faction that's like half elf, half tree. I want that made into a faction. That's what I want. The half elf, half tree wood elf faction that.
I mean, they got
great.
the dryads and tree, the full on tree people. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but I don't want.
I know you want more wood elf in your tree people.
I don't want that. Yeah. I want actual elves. And the one that I want to see removed, I'm just gonna think aesthetically here. What I care for the least. I'm gonna keep painting though.
They were called Sylvaneth. Ah.
Like an elven fae faction, kinda. Like I'm not super into like fawns and satyrs and stuff like that, but if that was in the faction, I wouldn't mind. I want just normal wood elves. But like if they had to AOSify it and they had to like make them like blend with trees, like I'd be cool with that, 100%.
Yeah, Sylvaneth like could be moved in that direction and get there, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There could be like a sub-faction of Sylvaneth that was like largely elf-ish.
Yeah, like the next wave where it's like, yeah, there's elves that are co-mingling with the living bark or whatever.
Yeah, and if that happens, like you can, I'll take us to the grave. I will play that faction. If they have like more of a humanoid elf thing and not like a fawn satyr thing. Yeah.
I mean, the Everqueen's pretty cool.
Oh my God, yeah. Alariel the Everqueen is a dope model. I don't care for the Beatles so much, but the model is amazing.
Goodnight really wants us to know that there are wood elves in the game, but
okay.
I think it's pretty limited. Yeah, okay. Cities of Sigmar. Yeah.
So, like, Goodnight, I mean, imagine you had a favorite faction in AOS, and then it just got no real book, no real support, no real new models, but they just took all of the other models that also got the exact same lack of treatment and put them in a book together, like a bunch of orphans. Would you like that with your favorite faction?
Dan's going to say yes.
I don't think you would like that.
No, probably not. But I do kind of like what Cities represents in a different sense where it's not so monocultural.
Sure.
One of my big criticisms of Warhammer in general is how narrow all of the themes are. Maybe this is a wargaming thing in general, where I'm just kind of like, cool alliances would be cool. What do you mean, Dan? Like what? Like what? I want to see my Stormcast fighting alongside Nighthaunt against Chaos. Yeah, the new Cities Battle Tome is coming this year, I think. What is it called? The Dawnbringer Crusades or whatever?
Ooh, I have no idea. That's what Arcade Standards just said. The technical term for that is samey same. I feel like Legions in the Gash wasn't even that bad, because like even that had more of a theme. Like undead is more of a theme than good guys, right? So I was kind of okay with Legions in the Gash. But yeah, the City of Sigmar is like truly just like, and it's not even good guys because there's fucking dark elves in it, and like they don't give a shit about anybody else other than themselves, and that's also how wood elves operate. But whatever. I mean that's the thing. That's my thing. I'm not gonna complain about it more. Dawnbringers. Scott, wood elves or vampires? Theme-wise. Theme-wise? Vampires. We're going with the vamps for theme.
Goodnight 585 wants to know, have either of us played Blood Bowl?
Yes. Evan has watched me play Blood Bowl with
Paul. On stream.
Yeah.
And that VOD is on the YouTube channel, I think.
It is. What's the odds that GW ditches all current old cities models for a new line with the new Dawn Crusade book? That'd be a lot of SKUs to replace, I feel like if they did that, it'd be more of a slow thing. A long time ago, GW used to release like every box of a new faction all at the same time. And I think a long time ago, they realized that, hey, if we like drip feed this stuff, people are more inclined to buy it versus if we have it all available all at the same time. So if they were to replace all those SKUs and not just delete them and create like pandemonium and chaos, they'd probably do it slowly. I feel like I almost want to like mask off the end of this axe head and just airbrush it. Cause like it is, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to airbrush. It's gonna take a lot of coats to get that big old flat piece of metal looking right.
Could have just done the edge.
Really?
I don't know.
Is that what you have done?
Maybe,
Seems
actually.
like, you know, whatever. It's not like it's a legit solution.
Give it like a ground cast iron look to it.
Something like that, yeah, or like the face of the axe is still.
Yeah, just blackened, and then the edges are sharp and polished.
Yeah, that's a legit idea.
Yeah, I will play Blood Bowl at some point. Right around the same time I play Marvel Crisis Protocol, probably.
Hey, I didn't make you the same promise
No, that's true.
about Blood Bowl.
Wonklebonk showing up in chat and asking us how LVO was. We talked about it a lot in the first hour of the stream. But,
It was good.
yeah, to summarize, it was good.
It was a lot of work. You know, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of stress, making sure everything happened when it was supposed to happen and everything was where it's supposed to be. You know, greater the stress and greater the amount of work is, better the payout is, better the feeling of completion. So on a Saturday night when we had done all of our things and everything was cleaned up, we just relaxed and it was a really good fucking time. Had a lot of fun in the Rio bar area.
Rufus Kit, no excuses. Painted minis only. You've got 2 months.
2 months? For what?
Till Adepticon.
For...
He was offering to bring his Blood Bowl team so we could play.
Oh. And you're saying you don't want that?
And I'm saying, gotta paint them, baby. Which means that I would have to paint my dwarves. Maybe unpainted is fine, actually.
Or you could just let the man play Blood Bowl with 2 of his painted factions, just say yes.
No, unpainted.
Okay. You want to use your unpainted stuff as opposed to his painted stuff.
No, his stuff is unpainted.
Oh.
I'm saying don't make excuses, you have 2 months.
You got it.
And then I'm realizing I would have to paint mine to live up to that standard. Maybe I don't want to.
Gotcha. A beautiful crowd serve. Oh my goodness, you're the content creator whose video I came across when I wanted to learn how to do wet palette. What up, CQ Mia? I might very well be that content creator. Are you gonna make an LVO video? No, I'm not gonna make one. That was just kind of one more thing that I had to do there, and I didn't want to have to worry about that. Walter Nuts, thank you so much for buying 3 shirts. Appreciate that, man. Wait, so are you and Rufus Kit gonna play Blood Bowl at Adepticon? Is that the plan?
Potentially.
Potentially. Nice, nice.
I still haven't decided if I'm going to enter the Song of Ice and Fire tournament. I don't think I am, but I kind of want to.
Yeah, I get it. It just takes up so much goddamn time.
Yeah, that's my big problem with it. Is I'd like to. There'll be tournaments here. There'll be nationals wherever that is. Probably at Gen Con again. I think I would rather just wander around Adepticon and yell at people pretending to be Vince.
There you go. Have you played at the tournament at Adepticon? before ever or no?
I haven't been to Adepticon, Scott.
Okay, so no. What are your thoughts about the argument of you should just do it one time, and then next time, walk around and be crazy?
My thought is, I don't know how strong that argument is.
Okay.
Because I've played at other big tournaments.
Okay.
And I don't think Adepticon will be substantially different. It's just yet another tournament.
Yeah.
No great criticism there. I mean, I'm definitely interested in it. It's just, I know it will eat up basically 2 whole days. And that's rough.
Yeah. And honestly, if you want to walk around and have fun, just do it. I feel like...
I mean, that's what you're doing.
Right. I feel like a lot of times, like, I'll want to do something and then feel like, but like there are other things that are important to do. And it's like, no, shut up. Just do what you want to do. Like, don't think about it more than that.
I'm on the wait list for, I think, 2 classes. I probably won't get either of them, and that's fine. But, yeah, I think I'm just going to go and hang out, see what happens.
Okay. Good Night says, I play Halflings in Blood Bowl, and it is so much fun. Yeah, I always hear about Halflings being a lot of fun. How long are you going to be on, Scott? Got to get the kids from school. We're going to be here until about 4:15 p.m. CST, so another hour 45 about. Have we ever played Star Wars Legion? We have not played Star Wars Legion.
Alex has offered to teach that to us on stream. At some
Yes.
point. Seeing as how he was one of the designers of that game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he has, John's got some painted factions for it as well. CQ Mia says, hi, I got my first army. AOS started as a king. Excited to start building and painting them. Awesome. Well, have fun. It's a really accomplishing thing to have an army fully completed and playing with it. It's a milestone in the hobby. At least for me it is. It's too watery. I so wish Flesh Eater Courts had more models. I fucking love the backstory of Flesh Eater Courts. I wish they just had models that looked different. Like every model in that faction just looks like the same fucking dude, but just like with like a different skin texture or a different arm, or like, oh, it's got wings this time instead of muscly arms. I wish there was like an aesthetic that allowed for different kinds of looks. That was one of the older AOS factions, though, when they first got all those new models. You know what? Did they really even get many new models? I'm trying to think now. I think a lot of the models in that faction just came straight from vampire counts when fantasy was just like kind of coming to its death. But yeah, I love the whole like the idea that they think they're regal kings and that they're having like very fancy feasts and dining in incredible halls, but really they're just like...
Oh yeah, that like when they look themselves in the mirror, they see the old kings of Bretonia or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a huge thing actually in fantasy with vampires, is their relationship with Bretonia and like the Red Duke and all that stuff. We don't really get to see much of that kind of fun like vampire knighthood, but that's kind of a fun callback to it for sure. A lot of resin dust on these models from when I cleaned a bunch of Dutch Eye. So I gotta brush them off. You have any plans to do another army in A Song of Ice and Fire, or are you expanding your Greyjoys? I'm more just trying to get like my Greyjoys done so that I can like have a painted army in A Song of Ice and Fire. But I do have another faction in A Song of Ice and Fire, and that's Stark. I love Stark. I love the aesthetic of Stark a lot. Like just like they're a good generic fantasy knightly option. Good solid foot troops with armor, a little bit of a mixture of aesthetic there too. So
furs and chainmail and padded armor and stuff.
Like all that good stuff. It's a fantastic low fantasy.
Stark has a lot of really pretty solid sculpts, and then they also have bowmen.
And berserkers, but they got redone, and those are nice now.
Yeah, the new berserkers are very good.
Yeah.
If you get the updated standalone Stark starter box, all of the updated models in that are a lot better than the OG ones.
Yeah.
I think they're a bigger step up than the Lannister ones, personally.
Are they mostly leathered or are they varied? Maybe they're mostly leathered, but I also, there's like the whole Tully like faction in there has a bunch of armor, but mostly probably cloth and leathers.
Stark has a nice wide variety of stuff.
Yeah. What up, B Chromatic? It's not even AOS. They are all Strigoi. Yeah. That's what I meant. The Strigoi bloodline.
Are you going to play the old world when it comes out and it's got wood elves in it, Scott?
Dang, man. If there are fucking new Wood Elf models, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to resist. But we'll see. We'll see about the game. I might get in a couple games, but like, I don't need to get into multiple large fantasy games. Like,
Clip it.
yeah. I'm happy with A Song of Ice and Fire. I'm happy with Age of Sigmar. So we'll see. We'll see what the actual rules are. I'm very curious about what they're going to do with the old rule set. I really have no idea.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I'm also curious about what they're going to do for the rules update for Song of Ice and Fire. The long-rumored update.
I feel like we kind of have been getting nicely, regularly scheduled rules updates. Am I wrong?
We've been getting them about once a year for the actual rules. They did a FAQ release shortly after Adepticon last year. It was actually the same day as our stream, the Martell stream.
Okay.
We finished that stream and then they dropped the new FAQ, which actually created more questions than it answered. But, you know, take what you can get.
Right.
And they've been releasing plenty of new units and obviously a whole new faction.
It's called Square Hammer. Get it right.
Square Hammer.
Be there or be square. Nice. See ya, Evil Eric DM says I'm gonna bounce.
Yeah, he's getting that spaghetti pizza.
Ooh, baby. Enjoy, Evil Eric. Thank you again for the 10 gifted subs, man. I appreciate that, man. Have a good pizza. Not much of a war gamer. Not a strong community in my area. Would you recommend AOS models even if I just painted them and put them on the shelf?
Yes.
100%. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Try and get them at a discount, though. Don't be like me.
Yeah. Go on some websites that do 20% off and a wink additional 10% off if you sign up for their mailing list. Yeah. I was to give you an idea about how GW deals with web stores, I met with Umbrella Games, an affiliate service that I use for some of my hobby products that I recommend in the description of my videos. And he was talking about, and he has a physical store as well. And he was talking about how GW is just like not a great partner to work with. And he gave me an example, probably the worst example, where like a big fancy tank came out somewhat recently, and he got a bunch of pre-orders for it. And then so he ordered enough models for that tank from GW to get them in store to fulfill all those pre-orders. And instead of getting like 20-some tanks in a big box, he got like some amount of copies of an adult novel, like 50 Shades of Grey. And it was called like Black Beauty or Black something. But like literally, they don't even fucking sell this book. And the box was just full of these adult novels instead of fucking models from GW. And it came from GW, return address. And it's just like, are you like fucking with stores and shit? Like that felt so bad to hear. How do you even make that mistake though, you know? It's like, you have to be fucking with the store owner if that actually were to happen, right?
Or someone intercepted the package, swapped out its contents. High-tech heist, Scott.
God damn, like I guess. That honestly, that makes more sense than GW just like actually messing with a store owner, right? It seems like it would.
I've heard plenty of stories about how difficult GW is to work with from a retail perspective.
Yeah. But that story just takes the fucking cake.
Yeah, that's something.
It was books of fucking nice guy Monta. That's good.
I mean, it's definitely some sort of warehouse mistake, but that's a pretty damn big warehouse mistake.
Right, like they don't even have that product in their warehouse, so it's like, well, unless they do, like I don't fucking know.
They might. I don't know. Their American fulfillment in particular might be a completely different thing than direct from the UK.
I think it totally is. Yeah,
it's got to be.
It definitely is.
Yeah. It's my favorite is where they just claim to have stuff and then they don't, or they encourage stores, hey, we're only going to do this one print run, so order as many as you want of this for now. You know, like this is your one chance. They did this with Dominion, legendarily, where they were like, listen, it is one and done. You get whatever you want for the AOS 3.0 launch. Order up, because this is your one bite at the apple. And then stores did that and ordered lots and lots of boxes because they figured we need to stock up because it's just going to immediately go out of print.
It's going to be another Indominus.
Right, exactly. Same sort of thing. And then GW immediately added it to the web store and we're like, yeah, we're going to make this for a while. Don't worry about it. So then players just ordered it from the web store a lot of the time. And Dominion sat on store shelves because, yeah, I'll just get it with my next GW direct order for my special whatever mini. Oops. On the other hand, that resulted in a lot of marked down Dominion boxes a year later at a lot of stores. So,
damn. I mean, I got nothing to say.
Oh yeah, and that was right after the Cursed City thing.
Oh yeah. Jamie says, "Nah, they're just a bunch of pervs, Nottingham."
That's true too, though.
I mean, it's not called the Black Library for nothing.
Ooh.
You know, Dominion is still on shelves. I believe it, man. I believe it.
They still have one at the source. Last one.
There's one more.
No, Scott, please. All I'm buying from here are a couple of heroes.
10,000 sounds like a nice round number, Evan.
All right, let's calculate this. How much did I add?
It's time. What up, Otter Painting Studio? I'm well. How are you? You got one for $50? I'm just buying a couple heroes. Okay, sure, bud.
It's basically all that's left.
You can always buy multiple units, Evan, you know?
Nope. I mean, that's what I did with this box. I have everything that's in here except for the bow dudes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man, I met Ridge from Seasons of War. Is that the name of that YouTube channel? That
Eons of Battle?
No, that
Seasons of War.
That Vince recommended a channel for us to watch.
Yeah, that was Seasons of War.
Seasons of War, yeah. I met Ridge, and he was a little drunk, and he had just won some bet on, I believe, is it roulette, the one where you bet on red or black?
You can bet on red or black in roulette, yes.
Okay, I don't know what's what. I'm not a...
No, you've got it right. So red and black are all of the spaces except one. There's one that doesn't have either color, and then you can bet on specific numbers as well.
Okay. So it might have been something else, so don't quote me on what game it was. But he had won some amount of money in his hands, and he was a little wasted, and he was like, should I put it all on black, Scott? And I was like, dude, you have it was like $200 or $400. It's one of the two. I was like, you won the money. Like, you already defied the odds of Vegas. Just take the money and run.
Scott's the fun police.
Yeah.
The answer is, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Always bet on black.
And that is exactly what John said. And like, Ridge was just laughing so much, and he was just going back and forth between hugging me and hugging John. And he was just like, man, Scott, I love you. Man, John, I love you. And he was like, should I put it on black? I was like, no. John was like, yes. And it was just like that for like 15 minutes, just like back and forth. But it was funny. Ridge was a lot of fun. Seasons of War. Okay.
Season of War.
Season of War, okay.
I linked it in the chat.
All right, see you, Jess.
If you want to learn how to play Age of Sigmar, that channel is pretty helpful. They aren't like tutorials, but they play games and explain what's going on and move quickly enough that you won't get bored.
Yes. I have now watched all of the Soulblight games on that channel. Which is not that much. It's like 8 or something like that.
Yeah, they rotate through stuff.
Yeah.
I did like the Kit Bashed Stormhost on there where they're all dragons.
Ooh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. There's this. They have a Stormcast army where they replaced all the heads with dragon heads and give them tails.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they're like dragonborn dudes, and that's actually pretty sweet.
If you're trying to play craps, that's
Man.
less helpful. This is true.
For the record, GW, the WarhammerCommunity.com War Scroll Builder is trash compared to how good the app is at building.
Why is that? No.
Computer, stop talking.
Alar Rukar says, I was talking to him too about that at like 5 a.m. and he kept saying, but it could be 800. Oh my God, so he was still talking about that?
He wanted to go back.
Oh my God.
Crippling gambling addiction.
Biotech Beard. Thank you for the Prime sub. There are even more stories of that night, but I'll keep them for the podcast because that night, the night after we finished all our obligations, it was a wild day.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah.
Or something.
For sure. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds smart, so we'll just go with it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Whoa, another beard? Weird Beard's got a buddy, Biotech Beard. Where is a good place to learn? I'm starting my tabletop journey, but a long-time artist. I don't actually know the answer to this question. Does anyone know of a phenomenal, either a good series or a longer video about how to learn AOS? I don't want, like the shorter the better, honestly. Like nice, succinct how-to video.
How to play AOS in 3 minutes.
It is, Clarkatron. It's a nice way of saying snitches get stitches. Okay, I got you, Rufus Kid. Who makes the best how to play AOS video series or video? Preferably a video. Ooh. God damn, that sucks. Doesn't exist, you gotta make it. Get on it. I don't know if I'm the right person to make that. I'm surprised that Vince hasn't made that video. Although he doesn't do any gaming. Whoa, is that true? Obviously he does gaming videos for like his games and stuff. Like he has playthroughs of his games on there, but largely it's mostly not gaming on his channel.
All right, so if I split up these dragons, one as a hero and one as the unit you get when you run the hero, this is 1,570 points of stuff.
Which means that what?
Which puts me at roughly a total of 9,000.
So close to over 9,000.
As soon as I get a couple more heroes, I will be over 9,000.
Oh, he did it!
What, 9,000?
His streams are AOS focused, right? Yeah, Vince's streams, yes. Matchstick Men on a 6-month streak. Thank you for the subs.
That's pretty good.
About to go into that third trimester of our sub, baby. Started thinking of names. Let's do it. You got Matchstick Men. That's a movie, right? Let's name our baby a famous actor in that movie. Is
Nicolas Cage.
Okay, I was gonna say it's either Nick Cage or Tom Hanks. I can't remember which person is in that movie, but I believe Catch Me If You Can is Tom Hanks.
Yes.
No. Yes?
Tom Hanks and Leo.
For some reason, I confuse Catch Me If You Can and Matchstick Man. I don't know why.
I mean, they both have scam artists in them.
Okay.
There's a very loose Venn diagram overlap there.
Okay, very loose.
Matchstick Men has Nicolas Cage and Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
There's a
Matchstick
bunch
Man
of
is
other
familiar to me because I just watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, that was your first time?
Yeah. Wait, first time it came out.
Well, you said just. It came out like 9 months ago.
Okay. Have you watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent multiple times already? Have you?
No.
Okay.
But no, I saw it in theaters when it came out. I remember talking with Alex about it, and we were like, Scott, you have to see it.
Yeah. No, it was good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it referenced Matchstick Man, which is why
Yes.
I'm familiar right now. Sam Rockwell is always great. Hey, Scott, I was wondering if you had any suggestions on how to fix weathering pigments on the model.
Start over.
I think the best way to do it, to maintain the effect of the pigment, but also to not ruin the look of the pigment, is I would put matte medium on the model, or sorry, wherever you want the pigment to be affixed to on the model first, and then apply pigment on top of it. And if you don't apply a ton of that fixing material, it won't soak up a ton through the pigment and have it lose all of its effect. But honestly, I just put it on the model without any kind of fixing agent, and that seems to work okay. Oh, it's in pieces right here.
Pump this one, baby.
All right, I'll pump it. Okay. Oh, god damn, these ones look fucking sick.
There you go. That's pumping it.
Okay. Although AOS does me dirty, or sorry, CMON does me dirty all the time with having amazing art and kind of just not amazing models.
Those models are pretty good.
All right, so the next giveaway, which we're already at 17 out of 50 subs at, is for some Dune Vipers. And this is a female unit, it looks like, if the art is any indication. Let's see what they look like, though. All right. These guys and gals look pretty great. All right, so we got some nets. We got very ornate armor, some long spears. Could I use these as trappers? Just a female unit of trappers in my army? The fuck is going on? Is that a goddamn snake?
Yeah.
On a stick? Good pose. Good movement in the pose. The faces are trash.
I mean, they're CMOD minis.
Also, it's a helmeted head, so there isn't a lot of room in there for detail.
Yeah.
But everything else is really nice. So these Dune Vipers are our next giveaway. And here are the other two models that we haven't seen yet in the...
I really, really love that one on the left. Yeah. Where she's mid-throw on the net.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really great pose.
Snakes on a stick. What up, Zambies? Zambies, how did your... well, no, you're not teaching the Warcry class at LVO. You're teaching it at Epicon. Is that a wiener on his head?
Warcry class?
She is teaching how to play Warcry class at Acon. I think this is my favorite one.
Don't you just play the game and that's the class, is losing?
Yeah. Yep. It's just show up to get destroyed by zombies.
That sounds pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. You should do a Song of Ice and Fire class. That's the same thing. Show up and I will fucking beat you.
I mean, that has happened at the store before.
No.
I won't lie.
Dune Vipers. Next one. All right. Back onto slowly painting my unit. Is that a wiener on his head? No, it's just a very ornate green stuff sausage. It's all to inflate my ego.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah. That's what every video on YouTube is for me. Just an opportunity to inflate my ego.
Boy, howdy, are there plenty of them.
Oh yeah. It's a nice little drip feed of compliments every day. How you doing, Zambies? How's the Twitch channel?
The old Twitch.
The old Twitch channel. Who's the other person in Season of War with? I know Ridge isn't always on, but the one guy who's always on, his name is something with a. Is it Jamie? Is it something with a C? Oh, I saw him and I said, "Hey," as we walked by. What's his name? Good. Working on my GD entry, crying my way through it. All right, sounds about right. Oh, we asked a question about who makes a good how to play. AOS, and I saw Play on Tabletop had something. Was there anything else worth talking about? They had a good stream. May not be a how-to, but I picked up the basics from it. I don't know. Do you remember that guy's name in Seasons of War, Evan? The other host who's
In
always
Season of War?
Season of War, who's always on the always on the video?
Scott, I can barely remember my own name. I am the worst with names.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's like something like Jamie or something. You have the Midwest grocery store.
Is it Jordan?
Adding S to everything. That sounds right.
I think it's Jordan.
Something with a J, yeah. Why are dental drilling machines OP? I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Song of Ice and Fire Discord's leaking.
Okay. I don't even get it.
So, my screen name is MCXL, and it has been for a really long time. But for whatever reason, after it became my screen name, it started becoming popular in commercial products. And the best commercial product that used to be the top Google search for MCXL is a dental milling machine for dental research laboratories.
What the fuck? Okay. And so you have a reputation in the Discord of being good at A Song of Ice and Fire there as well?
No, I mean, so
why is it OP?
I change my server name to whatever the conversation is about being OP.
Okay.
And someone asked me what MCXL was or something like that, and I was like, it's a dental milling machine, and they're OP. So I've been dental milling machines are OP for like 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I also agree with that, because like the whole like adding S to everything, because like I've been called Scott Walters so many goddamn times. It's nuts.
There is a player in our local song community that can't stop saying dices.
What?
Because that's just how his brain thinks that dice, like I'm rolling 7 dices is what he says.
Not okay.
And I did correct him once because I can't resist, but I'm not gonna be able to change how he talks. So it's fine. It's fine. You just have to let it go. Yeah, the plural of dice is clearly DC. Dice.
I painted one whole GW zombie this evening. Go me. Hell yeah. Space toy. Keep it up, man.
I hate Deeces to pieces.
Not be able to contain myself. I'm correcting him. Yeah.
He went to LVO.
Who did? Oh, the guy with the...
Yes.
He doesn't know how to say the word dice. Plural.
He probably does know how to say it.
He's just fucking with people now at this point?
No, it's just ingrained.
Oh, okay. He physically can say that word.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
It's like how Minnesotans can't say bag.
Oh my god, dude, fucking bigs all over the place.
Hey, Scott, did you bring your bag?
Oh my god.
Hey.
Not an ailment that I suffer from, luckily.
Hey, chat. How are you doing? Don't you know we're up in the upper Midwest here? Dragon, yeah. Some Dungeons and Dragons.
Somewhere John's ears are burning. Oh, I don't know who John with an H is.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't think that... Actually, I'm not sure where John is from.
I believe he's from Minnesota.
I mean John with an H.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I don't know either.
I know he's been living here a long time, but I think his family is elsewhere, so...
You know what? I think I should treat this chainmail in the same way that I treat chainmail that I paint for my skeletons. Or it's not chainmail, but it's scale mail. I just painted a navy blue, and then I paint each of the scales individually. But for the cases of chainmail, I can just do some overbrushing and then call it good. And then just be done with it.
Pretty shiny.
I know. I'm like trying to get paint in like all of the recessed parts of the chainmail as well. And I don't need to be doing that. Wait, what's the Southlands?
The Southlands.
Making a fucking Middle Earth reference right now?
Indeed. Speaking of Middle Earth, I finally got around to playing Middle Earth Shadow of War over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I saw you playing it a lot on Discord.
Holy shit, that game is actually really good.
Nice.
I kind of want to make a inspired army of like Cruel Boys led by a dude doing the same thing with the brands on the face. Some mind control.
Love me some mind control.
Yeah, you know, when you need to raise an army to overthrow a Dark Lord, you might as well mind control your own army from his army. Easy. Game is excellent. A lot of fun.
That's good to hear.
I played it on not the original hardest difficulty. I played it on what do they call it? Brutal or something?
Okay.
Where just everyone does torqued up, amped damage. So you do more damage, but the enemies, like, you die in 2 hits most of the game.
Okay.
And it was really fun, except when you get stuck in a death loop, where one of the because every time they kill you, they get stronger. So I had a couple times where I accidentally fed to a guy like 2 or 3 times, and he was like 30 levels over me after that, and it's like,
oh boy.
Well, I'm just gonna keep trying, and I'm just gonna keep dying.
When do you cut your losses and just restart the campaign?
Never.
Okay. It never came down to that.
Oh no.
Good.
I did definitely die to the same guy once in a campaign mission like 50 times though.
Oh yeah.
Because he had like all the right immunities, and he was 30 levels above me. And it was just like randomly selecting one of the available captains for that mission. It's just like, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You have to fight this guy. And he's level 16, you're level like 23. And I'm like, okay, let's do this thing. This is my life now.
That is, I don't know. I don't mind that at all. Like, I don't mind dying in a boss fight 1,000,000 times. So long as I get to get right back into the boss fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I played this fucking like, kind of like a retro game. It's not a retro game, but it has like shitty graphics like it does on the Switch. And man, when you fucking die and you get sent back to this area and you have to run all the way through the same area, kill the same mobs again over and over and over again.
And then watch
so
the
annoying.
pre-boss cutscene and you can't skip it.
It's so annoying. I
Yes.
hate it. It's made me stop playing the game, actually. Man, I can't remember the name of it, though.
Yeah.
Necromancy is easier than mind control. Zambies speaks from experience here.
Por
What
qué
up?
no los dos?
Eons of Battle. How's it going? Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. That's no fun. No one wants to walk back to a boss for that long. While I was at LVO, I actually had a long conversation with a Blizzard developer. His name was Tesh. He was really hilarious. He was super fun to talk to. And I have a friend, Curtis, actually, who is super into Blizzard games. Like, it's one of his favorite developers. And for the longest time, since kids, we all played Warcraft 3. But Curtis still plays Warcraft 3, like ladder. And they came out with Warcraft 3 Reforged. And if you know anything about Warcraft 3 Reforged, it kind of was a little disappointing for the community. They didn't really like
That's a softball.
give it. No, yeah, it was. There was pandemonium and chaos. Everyone, it was very disappointing for a lot of the.
The
fans.
internet had a very respectful discourse about being mildly disappointed about that game.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no great controversial wave.
Yep. It was fine. It was okay. Obviously, we're joking. It was very bad in terms of feedback. So I spoke to this guy, and like the first question I asked him was like, "What happened with Warcraft 3 Reforged?" And like he put his head in his hands, and he was just so sad about it. I felt so bad that I had brought it up. But then we went into this long story about Warcraft 3 and like, you know, what happened, and he's like, you know, with that kind of community, if you make one mistake, they've written you off. Like, you're fucked. So what he was basically saying was they were fixing the issues or have fixed the issues or whatever it was in that game, but you know, it's too little too late.
There were a lot of mistakes
There were
initially.
a lot, yeah. So that was fun. Talked to him for a while. I also shit on Diablo 3 in front of him because that game sucks. But he made me want to play Diablo 4 a lot. It sounded like that game would be a lot of fun to play. That was fun.
Well, as long as Diablo 4 is just Diablo 2 as opposed to being Diablo 3, then it'll be good. That's how it works.
Yes. Wait, what did you say, Ian's about? My kill team buddy, who I have never beat, just bought the top-rated team in the game. So
That was what I was saying. That's rough, buddy, too.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is you're just gonna lose even harder now, Jay?
Yeah. Extra losing.
Too late for a 30-year-old game. Yeah, I know. Like, it's a weird thing. People really like that game. They're still playing it. It is getting, you know, what's weird. Well, at least maybe I'm wrong about this, but the game is getting a bit of a resurgence in a strange way because Grubby, someone who's played the game competitively and also just played the game on Twitch forever, got into Dota 2, and he had an insane explosion with the game. And obviously he puts VODs out on his VOD channel of his streams, and the Dota 2 games get a lot of views, but also the Warcraft 3 videos have been getting lots of views now as well. And so I'm kind of like making a little bit of an estimate that the game is seeing a bit of a player base hike because of his, like, what's the word? His ubiquity, how much his content is spreading.
His reach.
Yes. So he's a salesman too. Of course he is. Of course he is. Yeah, he mentioned at several points that he was giving me the PR answer to the question. But I also asked him for video game recommendations. I was like, I've really been rediscovering single player games lately, and I want to like know, I want to know some other recs. And so I was like, I've really enjoyed Doom Eternal, and I really enjoyed Hades a lot. I want a game with a snappy UI, quick response times, and a skill ceiling that makes you feel like investing time in the game is valuable. Like you keep learning more and you keep getting better, and like that whole gameplay loop feels good. And he recommended me Elden Ring, sorry. Elden Ring. He recommended me the fucking, not Ragnarok, but the other God of War game. The one that came before it.
Yeah.
God of War. And he also recommended me Bastion, which is done by the same people that did Hades.
Bastion is the first game that they made.
Yeah. And so those were his recs.
Bastion is not as good as Hades, but it is a really fun game. It's also the key thing about Bastion and Transistor is they're both.
Oh, they also mentioned that.
Hades, I feel like, has more replayability, and I spent a lot more time with it than Supergiant's other games or other third-person action games. Hades 2 is, I'm sure, going to be pretty sweet.
Oh my god. Yes. I am also sure of that. Elden Ring got Game of the Year? Yeah, it did. Opening some Forge World minis, and they are rough. How is that every other mini company makes better resin models? I don't know. Like, there are small companies that blow GW out of the water with resin. I don't get it. I do not fucking get it.
I don't have an answer for that at all either.
It's not like, I mean, I'm not a resin caster, so I don't know, but it's like if every small display model maker can make killer fucking resin casts, maybe tanks are really challenging. Obviously, the bigger the kit, the more heat that's generated, the more warping occurs and stuff like that, but they make small characters as well that are not fucking good.
Yeah, I feel like
So I don't know.
that excuse falls apart when you have like a commercial scale R&D.
Yes,
Like,
that too.
because shrink rates are absolutely a thing in plastic too. The warping is going to be more even, but you still have to account how the plastic changes shape between when it's hot and injected and after it cools and shrinks a little bit and how it'll fit together and stuff. And, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but I would expect the 800-pound gorilla in the room to be able to do multiple iterations on molds to actually figure out the proper shrink rates for their stuff to fit together properly. Because small companies do that. So
I don't fucking get it. John's saying that they don't have the same access to pile of money that GW does, but like, if I could argue against that, I think Forge World has plenty of money, especially compared to fucking Mindwork Games, for instance. So why can't they make a model as good as, or Spira Mirabalis, you know, a single person can make a better resin model than them. But you know, it's hard to compare busts to 32 mil scale models, different size of details, stuff like that. But like,
Mycelium Veins makes a good point. You're asking a lot of a company that can't schedule shipping or pre-orders either.
okay, sure. Lack of QC at Forge World. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. A3 has it right too. Garage casters produce amazing things.
Yeah.
Amazing model kits, so like things that relate to GW's like tanks and stuff, like 1-to-1, like not like organic shapes like characters and stuff. Yeah, I heard about that Latino hot. They struggle with a bottom plate and a hole of a tank, so what do they expect? Yeah, the tank that just came with like nothing in the bottom. Adric Knight says, I used to work as a resin mold maker and caster. GW is spruing and univolume is the issue. Spruing, okay, yeah. That's a whole thing that we as hobbyists take for granted, is how the model is laid out on the sprue and how it determines how like, not only the ease of use for us to like figure out like where the parts are in the sprue, but also like how the plastic like flows through it and all of those things. That's all
Distance from the shot and all that stuff.
Exactly, and also like where the sprue makes connection with the model, like if it's running over detail, if it's like, you know, hidden on the inside of the tank or whatever it is. That's a huge puzzle that has no definite answer ever. It takes time and iteration to get that right over and over again.
Right, and so one of the biggest companies in the market should probably be able to dedicate the most resources to something like that.
Yeah, John's saying exactly, it's not financially worth it for them to give a shit about resin.
Then don't do it.
I was like, I don't know who them is, but if them is Forge World, that is their entire business model. It's resin model, so they should give a shit. But if you mean GW, then I kind of see where you're coming from. But yeah, they should just make plastic stuff. You know, I don't get Forge World. There's this huge mystery about Forge World. Like, why the fuck is this company still hanging on by like, you know, like a hangnail? I don't get it. It's weird.
Personally, I think the margins are actually insane on Forge World stuff, is my guess. Because they don't put a lot of relatively speaking, a lot of effort into their R&D, and they charge exorbitant prices.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, like, as someone who would cast resin models, the return on investment is very good. Like the market prices for figures, and GW goes above and beyond those prices anyways.
Because you're not even buying whole figures some of the time.
Yeah.
You're buying bits for the prices that figures cost.
Yeah. Resin is not that expensive, and especially at the volume that they're paying for it, and they are the caster themselves. I'm not even the caster of my own models, and I'm telling you that it's a pretty good return on investment. So, yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Them as GW, Forge World only exists because of their profit margin. Okay. I mean, that's an assumption, right? We don't fully know. It'd be interesting, it's like people say, but we also, I think, kind of know that Twitch doesn't make enough money, or it has never made money since it's been like created or some shit like that. They say the same thing about YouTube as well. So I wonder if Forge World's got a similar scenario going on. That's more about just having the option and that being of value to GW versus actually making money. It's an interesting question. All right, so I did this thing here with this chainmail. I painted it navy blue, and now I'm kind of overbrush on the chainmail, which is basically dry brushing, but with like more paint in the bristles. And then I won't need to wash it because it'll just be done. But let's see what it looks like when I'm done with this. It might look a little shitty. I mean, that looks fine. That looks good. Resin printers cost less than most of Forge World's products. Everyone sleeps on the best way to play Warhammer. Print out cardstock paper minis. Jesus Christ.
They won't let you play at a tournament with those.
Yeah, no, they won't. But that's, like 99% of people don't play in tournaments anyways.
That's true.
Should you care about that? Probably not. Hey, Scott, do you find it easier to paint units one model at a time? Or is batch painting your preference? I don't know if I have a great answer to that question. I feel like my preference is to paint them one at a time, but I just know in my head that is so wildly inefficient that I would rather grin and bear it than do the thing that is more enjoyable for me, because I care about how much time I'm wasting so much. I don't mind painting a character like one at a time. Like some people will batch paint like even characters in their armies. And sometimes that makes sense. Like for Space Marines, for instance, or like Necrons, like those models just look so similar to the characters in the army with a couple extra dangly bits on them. But yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer the one at a time, but I can never bring myself to do that because it's just such a waste of time. At least it seems like it's a waste of time. Matchstick Men asks, Scott, have you looked at Shatterpoint at all? Being Star Wars on a large scale and a larger scale than even Legion is, I must purchase all the models for display as long as they're good. No, I didn't know that Shatterpoint. I saw someone mention Shatterpoint earlier in the chat, and I kind of just assumed that it was another expansion to the game of Legion, but it sounds like something very different.
The cynical take is that it's Star Wars Legion, but then run through the Marvel Crisis Protocol thing.
What does that mean?
Making Marvel Crisis Protocol, but in Star Wars. So it's a little bit more hero-focused, less troop-focused.
Oh.
So it's smaller. Yeah. It's interesting. On the other hand, it also just kind of makes you spend more money.
Yeah, but I can have a team of Sith? Is that a thing? Is that a reality in Shatterpoint? Someone say yes right now.
Yeah, it's also a slightly different scale, I think.
Someone tell me that Shatterpoint. Yes? Question mark? Guy Montec? That's not a good enough answer. I could see Scott painting a little Dooku. Hell yeah, bro. Maul has been previewed, so maybe? I thought he was cut in half.
It only made him more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Could you read Elric's question? Well, like, keep painting.
Okay. Question for Miniac, but also chat in general. What's your favorite intense yellow paint? That's right. He wants to know what paint is best inside the circus. All I have is Vallejo model color lemon yellow, and I don't know if I'm sold on it yet, but I want a yellow as my primary color for my next project.
I have no good answer to this question. I'm sorry. I'm assuming it's about using a paintbrush with yellow paint.
If I were to ever paint a largely yellow thing, it would always be an airbrush on top of a white undercoat or something like that.
Pink.
So yeah.
The pink undercoat with yellow thing is absolutely real and absolutely works.
Yeah, but if you don't have an airbrush and you don't want to go through that, what's the best paintbrush yellow paint? I don't have a great answer to that question.
Well,
Hands down, Bad Moon Yellow, Rufus Kit. You are trolling right now, bro. Isn't that color like terrible?
Well, the new contrast yellows are actually pretty wild. These second wave contrast ones, which are obviously slightly transparent, but they're very, very yellow. And yeah, I believe it's the new Bad Moon Yellow is like nuts. If you're looking for like pure yellow warning pigment yellow, that's actually probably one of your best options.
Okay.
You do a white or light pink undercoat and then do that on top and it'll look amazing. If you want something that's not quite so like traffic control device yellow, those warm yellows have great coverage. What's the GW one? Like
Averland Sunset.
Yeah, Averland Sunset. That's it. And then there's a pro acryl color that's like basically the same, which is I'd have to look at the bottle, but it is a warm yellow color that also has great coverage. Forced Wizard is correct. Don't airbrush cadmium yellows unless you're in a very well ventilated environment and have a very good mask.
Adric Knight, I think we were talking about the contrast one, but the kitten mentioned Golden Soul Flat, and that is what I would have said if I were just shooting in the dark. I've never used it for paintbrushing, so I don't know, but that does have cadmium in it, which is very toxic. So
no brush licking. I do, I have been using the Golden Soul Flat fluorescent orange. That's my lava effect on my Stormcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I had a good answer to that question. I did a whole video about painting yellow. I mean, it all revolved around kind of using like airbrushes and stuff. So I didn't really get a lot of experience brushing with the yellow. So I don't have a great answer for that kind of question. What's the best white paint for models? Again, I have a similar question, similar answer. I've never needed to paint a model straight up white. That's never been a thing I needed to do. Like white is always like the very, very last highlights on the model. So like a paint like this, Sonia Titanium White has always been good enough. And then like building up to white with light grays, light yellows, tans, stuff like that. That's always been good enough for me. It's like goddamn magic. All right, Rufus. I'll check it out. Out of all the contrast paints, the one that I am just the most impressed with is Abaddon Black, which sounds like a cop-out answer, but it's like black is like a really hard color to get right easily. It's like there are ways that you can kind of paint black fast. Then like how to really paint it is like a lot of fucking work. But contrast paint is shockingly very good. I'm very happy with it. I found the Golden Soul Flat Cadmium Orange and will never go back to anything else. Just don't eat it. Okay, if you're a brush licker, beware.
Yeah.
Anything with cadmium will eventually change to a more dull color. More dull color. Okay. Can we get Shatterpoint up on the screen? Can I take a look at this, Evan? People keep talking about it. My interest is peaked right now.
Uh-oh. It's happening.
Eons of Battle says for black paint, 21985E Apple Barrel Black is legitimately the best and 88 cents a bottle. For what? What is it the best for?
Everything.
Like base coating,
Put in
base
your food.
rims, right? Yeah, seasoning food. Like what is it? What is it the best for?
Do you want to look at the press release? Do you want to watch the video that no one will be able to hear because I have the setup?
I just want to see the models. That's all I want. That's all I care about ever.
Don't know how much they're really showing off the models yet.
Fuck. Okay.
But let me see what I can do.
Scott's bricked up for these. If there are Sith witches, I am dead.
Sith witches for my bitches.
If that is a thing, I will buy them instantaneously. If there are fucking witches that are Sith.
So this is the sort of stuff that they've released. A little preview video.
Let's see.
You got Darth Maul. Come on, big. Yeah, there you go. Darth Maul and
Okay.
what's her name?
Okay.
Akosha? I don't know. I don't like no Star Wars.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Loading. I love loading.
Yes. Coming summer 2023.
Okay.
Ahsoka, you noob.
Yeah, that's it.
If you seal cadmium pigment properly and don't expose it to the sun, it'll stay very vibrant.
Man, this is riveting content, let me tell you.
Oh, wow. Look at us go.
Fuck me.
I remember going to Celebration 5. I remember going to Celebration 5 and telling my friends about the Sith witches and them all being like, fuck you, you're not lying. Wait, you're lying. There's no such thing as Sith witchcraft.
What the fuck is a Sith witch?
I mean, in episode 9...
It's like a sandwich, but evil.
The fucking Emperor's doing goddamn magic. So, like, where do you think all those spaceships came from? He just fucking summoned them.
Yeah, which was the dumbest thing.
It was the dumbest thing
I've seen in my whole life, maybe.
It was the dumbest thing. It was like, how do we make it a threat? You just make it a threat.
No military-industrial complex here. I'm a wizard.
I'm a
Woo! Who's crewing these ships? I don't know, fucking rocks or something.
Evil spirits, bro.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Witches of Dathomir are Sith witches. I have a huge boner. That is amazing. I think they are bigger, Alar Rakar.
They are. They're MCP scale. It's being made by Atomic Mass Games, so they have that kind of sized up aesthetic, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what a scale they call that officially, but I've seen people call it like 40 millimeter. Okay, sure. Maybe.
Yeah. Team, if I can have I don't know. You know what tickles my fancy. I will buy those models if I can make a goddamn Knights of Ren or Sith fucking
I see
squad.
a 2-player starter in our future.
Oh my god, it's happening. Skirmish games, man.
They always get me.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
They tell you the game is small.
It will be mostly Clone Wars era, I imagine, so there should be witches, winky face. But also sad face? Okay.
I think
Can I
it's
get
Winky
a-
Face with a goatee.
What was that? Oh, yeah, okay, goatee. Yeah. Sith witchcraft was used to make Sith Force swords and would rival lightsabers back in the olden days of yore. See, that's my kind of shit. Fighting technology with witchcraft, dude. How? I'm so turned on right now. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but I really do.
Scott's getting bricked up over lore again.
I'm so bricked up right now. Okay, all right, we gotta chill out. We gotta chill the fuck out, okay? Who brought this news to us? Was it Eons of Battle? No, it was that other guy.
It was Chat.
It was Chad.
Chad is a bad influence as usual.
Fucking Chad.
God damn it, Chat.
Wait, you were saying chat, not Chad?
Yes, I was saying chat with a T.
Okay.
Not Chad.
I thought you were-
Space Ghost's evil brother.
Okay. Space Ghost. Is this a reference to Space Ghost Coast to Coast? Or no? Who's Space Ghost?
Yes, it is a reference to Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Are you lying to me right now?
No, I am.
Chad, am I being lied to right now? Fucking Chard. I don't know if he's dying over there. I can't see him, so like.
I'm not dying.
Scott would enjoy the Clone Wars cartoons. It's got the coolest Star Wars shit in it. Yeah, I'll be totally honest with you. Miniac sounds means he's breathing. Yes, absolutely.
That's right. See? It's Chad Ghostal.
Chad Ghostal. Oh, okay. I've definitely seen a character like that before.
It's Space Ghost's lunatic evil twin brother.
Okay.
I wasn't fucking with you.
Okay.
I would never mess with you like that.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Sure. The art style, it's 50-50 Clone Wars cartoon and live action, probably, so they can conclude movie-only characters down the road. Okay. I love it. Whenever I've whenever I've heard someone mention Star Wars, the Clone Wars cartoon, and I know a lot of people really like it, it just seems a little bit childish. So it always has turned me off. Whenever I think a thing is made for kids, for some reason my brain doesn't allow me to enjoy it, even if it is enjoyable.
Yeah, this is why Scott can't watch anime, because he thinks it's for children.
I don't think that's not true. I just flat out don't like the storytelling style of those shows and movies. I end up just asking so many questions and not being able to enjoy what's happening. It's honestly even my problem like watching like Spirited Away and like Princess Mononoke. I'm just so curious about like why the fuck people are talking the way they're talking, acting the way they're acting, that I get like overwhelmed by like confusion and I can't even focus on what's happening in the show or movie. But I know it's not true because I know a ton of adults who fucking love the Clone Wars. I know it. I know for a fact. Star Wars is childish. That is true, Eon's Battle. You are right. This is more of a perception thing than a reality thing.
Perception is reality.
Whoa. Clone Wars was an animated movie for children. Clone Wars show is more about the horrors of war and how hard it is to be a clone.
But it's also for children, because it's an animated show, and all animated shows are for children.
That's true. No, legitimately, it's the target audience of the Clone Wars show kids, or does it not even matter? Is that not even a worthwhile question?
Well, let's determine it by what the show is rated, shall we?
Sure. Yeah, that's not, whatever. I'm still interested in the answer to that question. Holy shit, is my wife sitting beside you? I don't know. So Deep Space 69 is a show for kids? Miniac, it's like Harry Potter. The tone changes as the show ages. Okay. Clone Wars is basically taking episode 3, but if it was good.
Raising Children Network. Oh, no, this is for the movie. God damn it.
God damn it.
Rating 12 plus on some seasons.
Okay.
Wow. Scary.
So it's largely okay for kids to watch. Which is, not doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean that it's for kids anyway.
Depends on what you mean by kids.
I mean, what was fucking Star Wars Episode 4 rated?
Probably like G.
No.
It's 1977.
That is true, but it wasn't fucking G, though.
It was PG. It was PG.
Okay, for some context, Star Wars...
PG-13 I don't think existed yet. I think that was in the 80s.
Do they go back and re-rate movies?
No. Generally.
Interesting.
Lummox Beast says, since the Night Models gained the rights to Game of Thrones, well, it affect ASOIAF. I don't know if you heard about this yet, Scott.
Can they do this because it's a different country kind of thing?
So what it is it's the license for the show, not the books.
Oh.
So HBO, because it's part of Warner Brothers and Discovery, they already have an existing relationship with Night Models. And so, that's weird. Let me fix that real quick. So they're making it's some sort of skirmish board game. I don't think it's even actually a war game. But Night Models, makes the Batman game. It also makes a Harry Potter game and some other stuff. They have the relationship with WB. So since it's a tie-in with the show, they're probably allowed to do it.
So how do you enforce copyright? So if Night Models made a character that was in the book but not in the show, then CMON could come after them?
Yeah, they would get the hose for sure.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, they have... HBO has brand control over Game of Thrones and that iconography and House of the Dragon and that iconography because they own the rights to the show. But the books and characters from the books, they only have access to what they've put in the shows, basically.
Okay.
It's very convoluted.
Okay.
So...
Eons of Battle reminding us that PG-13 came about because of the movie Gremlins and Jaws. So it wasn't even around when Star Wars 4 came out, I'm assuming is the claim he's making.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. PG-13 is a fanciful invention of later year.
Well,
that's no real reason.
I mean, that's kind of cool that they got access to that, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if they're going to make a game out of it or if they're going to make... I mean, they'll probably make... I don't know what they're going to
My understanding, so from what I've heard, is it is not a war game. It is going to be like you buy a box and get a game kind of thing. It's like a skirmish game with a bunch of characters, and then you just buy the one thing. And maybe there'll be additional releases later, but it is not planned to be like buy a single character at a time kind of thing. But I don't know. We'll see. They haven't said anything about it, really.
Okay.
No, we are not talking about Shatterpoint. We are talking about Night Models' announcement of them making a HBO Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon game.
That should go in the news, the podcast. And so should Shatterpoint. I want to talk about both those things.
But Shatterpoint was announced like a month ago.
We haven't done a podcast episode in a while.
You just did one.
That's true. Didn't have a news segment, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Memory Gardens is it's going to be more like their Harry Potter product than their Batman product. But I have no idea.
Pre-orders just started. So you can buy Shatterpoint already, or for pre-orders for what? Mr. Otter Painting Studio. What IP is in desperate need of a tabletop war game? Ooh.
My Little Pony.
I was not going to say that.
Embrace what the show was always meant to be. A fight to the death.
StarCraft? Question mark?
That's Warhammer 40K.
True.
I mean, you just play Nids, Space Marines, and Space Elves of some type. Boom, done. StarCraft.
The Witcher, Masters of the Universe, Power Rangers, Avatar, Battlestar Galactica, Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
I want a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure miniature skirmish game. I would buy the absolute bejesus out of that.
No cap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, this is a lot like asking what characters would you like to see added to Smash Brothers or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And to some degree, there are all valid answers. But would any of these carry a franchise? You end up with the smattering of all kinds of stuff.
Someone said Dune, and that seems like that makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, bro. Give me an Arthurian lore war game. Fuck yeah. That's what I want. Yep, easy. That would be sick. The Expanse. King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. I want to paint a school bus.
Yes. Mike Genie has it right.
What the fuck is that?
Oh man, Scott, you're just a little bit younger than us. Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind.
The Knights of Justice? Something about school bus?
Okay, so there was a cartoon in the 90s called King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. And the plot of this show was a reimagining of Arthurian lore, where instead of, being a chosen one born in and of his time, Merlin is in a pickle because everything's going bad. And so his solution is to transport a college football team led by Arthur, the captain of the team, transport them back in time on their school bus while they're on their way to a game and make him King Arthur.
Wait.
They are the Knights of the Round Table. His football team is his Knights.
This is a TV show.
This was a cartoon that lasted for like 2 or 3 seasons. It's a toy cash grab. And boy, howdy, was it the fucking best.
What's the fucking movie where there was a baseball kid? I don't know if there was time travel going on, but there was like a baseball kid.
Oh yeah, that was a derivative of a Yankee in King Arthur's Court, where it was like a kid in King Arthur's Court.
That's what it was called. Yeah.
But it's based off of the same concept. But
okay.
King Arthur and the Knights of Justice has some of the best bullshit cartoon fantasy armor ever because they just wanted to make cool toys.
Okay.
So like there's bird dudes and shit. Let me see if I can just pull up some images instead of trying to hunt through videos.
Someone said that was Sandlot. Yes. With the baseball and the King Arthur. The character design from that cartoon was better than half of the AOS factions today.
True, 100%. Oh my god!
I gotta see this now.
Yeah, all right, I got it up here. This is the opening that just kind of recaps what I've told you. Like, oh yeah, let's transport Arthur back in time. All of them had shields and stuff that would shoot out like spiritual animals because they needed to theme all of them. So like there was a ram guy and stuff. This motherfucker's helm with the snake fangs coming out covering his mouth. Oh, yes. Please, God, I need this in a mini form.
Can I see the fucking thing, Evan? What the fuck, bro?
Oh, you can't see this? Here, let's go back. Let's go back.
I can't see anything. Oh my God, bro. Look at this. Okay. Oh yeah. Fucking
Dude.
A.
Dude.
Love it. Oh, the serrated sword.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's how you know he's a bad guy.
I know, dude. Oh man, these guys look like fucking.
It's basically King Arthur plus He-Man crossed together. And boy, howdy, do I have some fond memories of this shitty show.
Oh, he just fucking flies down on this guy. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they all look so different.
Oh yeah.
With different color schemes and everything. Oh my God, dude, just summoned a goddamn dragon with his shield.
Show is dope.
Yeah.
Highly recommend this.
There's some fucking value in there for sure. Goddamn.
It was amazing, Mycelium fans, but that doesn't make it good. It has the key problem of actually being a children's cartoon and sometimes getting hamstrung by the fact that like nothing happens in kids shows. Yeah, we need Simon. This is the next Kickstarter. get the rights for these washed up shows.
What about Gargoyles? Gargoyles has a board game.
Gargoyles is Disney. And is good.
Yeah. I watched Gargoyles. I had a lot of fun with that.
That is actually a show where stuff does happen. A rare kids show where things happen.
There are phenomenal STLs for that.
Yes.
You can get prints from...
Hashtag totally not gargoyles.
Exactly, yeah. I forget who makes them, though, but they are very nice models. So, like, they're not, like, overburdened with details and stuff. Like, they're legit, really nice, a fun paint time. Paint time? What am I saying? Be enjoyable to paint.
Who owned this?
Fucking Dino Riders. You guys, I don't know if you guys remembered like a toy. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this came from a toy or if it was a comic book first, but it was these knights that rode on dragons. And I know for a fact you could get toys for them, but you couldn't get. Oh, but they're like you did something with the toy, like the guy would like fly off the dragon or something like that. Am I crazy? Prey Collection makes Gargoyle STLs. Thank you, Fluid Art. That is exactly what it is.
I've seen a few different ones that are all really good.
Okay.
So apparently,
They were
the rights for this show are not owned by some horrible mega corporation. They're just like, they've kind of traded hands a few times.
Well, now we know what game Evan's gonna make.
I'm rubbing my hands together and making my scheming face.
Anyone make Warcraft as World of Warcraft-esque models? Yeah, dude. It's like, I would say that Rivenstone from Broken Anvil is very Warcraft inspired. I would say that that one super popular STL maker that like just dominates the industry. Doesn't dominate the industry, but is one of the top contenders. What the fuck is it called? I can never remember what it's called. What's the mini scale? It's like 32 mil.
It's roughly the same as any of the D&D minis you'd find in the store.
Yeah, but they're definitely like more of a cartoony kind of thing.
Yeah.
Avatars of War, kind of Warcrafty. Not Loot Studios, not Archvision, not Cast and Play, Artisan Guild. Thank you. All those other ones people mentioned might have WoW style models, but I know for a fact Artisan Guild is very, very World of Warcrafty. It's one thing I love about the hobby is like you can like just be like, I like this kind of IP, and you can almost guaranteed find something that's gonna live in that world that you enjoy so much. Privateer press models look Warcraft-esque. Maybe. I have to look at them with an analytical eye. I've never thought that about them, but you might be right.
Warning, there are some not safe for work minis on that Artisan Guild page.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
The Lusty Draconian Maid. I've seen this painted before.
Lusty.
Mm-hmm.
Stopson says, Artisan Guild minis are great. I've printed a shit ton for D&D. Someone needs to help me out. Whenever I go to a convention, this thing happens to me. It happened in England. It happened at last Epcon. It happened at LVO. Like my bottom lip in like a little half semicircle gets incredibly dry.
Not the top lip or the outside of my bottom lip, but this little like circle right here. It gets really dry. And then it gets worse and worse and worse to the point where the inside of my mouth, like the gums around my teeth and my tongue, start to get a little bit numb. It's like I'm having an allergic reaction or something, but it only happens at conventions. Or like maybe it's when I'm talking a lot. Is that what it is?
Probably.
Changing climate?
Changing what?
Changing climate.
Climate?
Scott, you're making that fuckboy face and biting your lip too much at cons. That one? Do you lick your lips? I don't think so. I know that licking your lips is actually bad for dried out lips because it makes it more dried out. What is happening?
Don't tell Scott he's licking his lips right now.
What is going on?
You said, I don't really lick my lips. So I just started hitting the
Nice.
lip lick button.
Yeah. Sounds stress related. I mean, that's a thing. That could happen.
When are you ever stressed out, Scott?
Definitely at cons.
Stress level 0, baby.
Yeah, I wish. That Brandon life. I thought it was like an allergic reaction to something.
The sudden change in climate can definitely do stuff like that, particularly when you're talking about like going to the desert. Oh,
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
it's just that you weren't brush licking enough or too much brush licking.
That's what it was. No, see, like it's not a water thing because I drink so much water when I'm walking around at a con. Like I don't snack a lot or eat a lot of bad food when I'm at cons because there's just no time to really do it. And so I'm just kind of like just drinking water. Like I could walk around with a bottle and just drink it kind of constantly. At least it's more than I drink at home, that's for sure.
I truly have to say, every time I go to YouTube with the backlog channel logged in, I get the thirstiest recommendations on the page.
I watch nothing on that channel.
I know, neither do I. Maybe this is what true default YouTube looks like. But it's like the whole front is like Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 not being so much for kids, and the thumbnail is just, latex clad women and so on. The most beautiful and hardworking women in Bangkok. And then like, oh yeah, it's all thirst trap stuff.
Okay.
All right, YouTube. Thank you.
Eon's About says, get a better lip balm, pro strength. It got John really bad at LVO too. He had a bunch of cracked lips. If it was just a lip thing, it would be less weird. Like in
That's
the morning.
your gums?
In the morning, the fact that the inside of my mouth is a little bit numb is really fucking weird. But yeah.
Well, I'm just a dental milling machine, but I suggest maybe talking to a dentist.
Yeah, probably.
They might have an answer to this.
Yeah.
Might give you an expensive cream to slather on your
Ooh,
gums.
I love me some expensive creams.
Lilgrot, asks, any suggestion on where to buy cork / what size to get for miniatures? I'm going to assume they mean basing material type cork.
Oh.
Rather than just corks to stick mini on.
Now, I've heard that this is an expensive option, but if you're going to buy cork for basing purposes,
Base.
I might recommend like a reptilian animal store, if I can say that. Because they make this crunched up cork that looks way more natural and way more like rocks and stuff and way more varied than like buying like a sheet of it, for instance. Has John been lidocaning you in your sleep? I hope not.
Yeah, maybe that's the experimentation, is you need to not share a room with John next time and see if the problem persists.
Yeah. Maybe John's the problem. Someone said finding cork, Jay said finding cork in craft stores, sewing shop, Walmart. You can absolutely find cork in hobby stores very easily. Not a hard thing at all. Reptile stores are clutch. Yeah, you might find even more stuff. You might find a bunch of like 2-scale plants. Paper Cuts, one of my favorite terrain channels, came out with another video. He made a diorama for his Predator model that he just got, and
he always has all these wonderful dried out plants and plastic plants that he repaints, and I bet he gets them from plant stores and pet stores. John says he gets coconut bark at pet store. Coconut bark is another like dirt substitute. It's like a great ground texture for your models. Con John added again, lidocating his friends. Aquariums.
Damn Con John. You wild.
Cork placement mats from IKEA. Super cheap. Yeah, so if you wanted to break up cork and you wanted to get it real cheap, apparently placemats at IKEA is a good option.
You can also get stuff that's just made for us and is slightly overpriced, but is also really easy and nice, like Geek Gaming's base ready stuff.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to get you some of that, wasn't I? God damn it.
Oh yeah.
I always forget. All right, I'll talk to Luke.
Hey, Luke, send us some base ready stuff. Thanks.
You should just log into my Discord right now and message Luke and be like, remind me to talk to you later about something.
I'm doing it.
And then he'll talk to me later and I'll be like, oh, yeah. So he might be asleep right now. Oh, no, he's not asleep. He's a fucking degenerate. He's definitely awake right now.
Oh, I have to figure out which Luke he is, though.
Con John was wild on Saturday night. Yeah, we'll keep some of those stories a surprise for the podcast.
The loyal podcast subscribers.
Yes, yes. You can even get some cork from the dollar store. It says Ben McBradbury. Nice. A lot of options for cork. Thank you, chat. Appreciate when you guys all reach out and help out. What was the turnout like for Tup Live? It was hard to tell. Didn't seem like many, but the room was fucking gigantic. And also,
it was a big tent.
Yeah. But also between each row of seats was a row of 6x4 gaming tables. So everyone was spread out like a lot. So it didn't seem like a lot, but I shot some footage of it, and everyone who replied to my Instagram story was like, dang, there was a huge turnout. So I don't know, maybe it was like 50 to 75 people, something like that.
So what are we going to do to make Adepticon bigger and better?
Maybe have the con actually advertise our event, which already is happening.
That's true. That's good.
They did that already.
Do we need to get a t-shirt cannon or something?
T-shirt cannon. Yes. I want there to be risk when you go to this show.
We don't lob the t-shirt above you. The trick is we point it at your face and you have to catch it before it hits you.
Yeah. That is true. It is cheaper, Azrai. To get into LVO costs $50.
Oof.
And then to play in the tournament, the big 40K tournament, it costs $100.
Oh.
And there are 1,000 of those people.
I did hear that the prize support for those things was actually completely nuts.
Okay. Good.
But I don't know that for a fact. But I heard that Age of Sigmar and stuff, they were getting nutty loot bags.
Damn.
So
1,200 says good night. God damn.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people paying to play 40K. God diggity damn.
Yeah, you can play 40K for free. You just print out an army and go down to your local game store.
Yeah, for free.
Pretty much.
Red confetti cannons. I want a bubble machine in the ceiling, okay?
Yeah, not to mention, got to do airfare and hotel, too. $1,100 just for your hotel at Adepticon? God damn.
I mean, I paid $700 for my airfare and hotel for LVO. It was $1,100 for my hotel at Adepticon. So you were saying the opposite. You were saying that
it's more expensive to go to Adepticon for them.
Interesting. So I don't know why your hotel costs so much, Azrai, but I
living big.
I feel like my hotel would cost $575 for Adepticon, and then it's split 4 ways with me and my 3 buds who go in the room with me. So it ends up being, $125, $150, something like that. So it's very cheap. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Isn't the trick with Adepticon to just not get a room and just sleep on the floor of one of the halls and not get caught?
Yeah, that's definitely the trick. Just sleep under the Golden Demon tables. They won't catch you.
No, you just sleep on the Space Marine and then claim that you're posing.
Yeah.
Sir, you've been here an hour and a half. Yes, it's art installation. Turn out the lights.
If you were in Chicago, you'd have more hotel options. Hotel block at Epicon. So you're saying that the hotel block at Schaumburg was cheap, but everything surrounding it was expensive? Is that what it was? $1,100 for... Damn, dude, that's very expensive. Are you going for like 6 days or something?
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on how many days we're talking about. If you're just doing the main line Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing, that's really expensive. If you're flying in on like Tuesday and leaving on Tuesday, it's expensive, but not that bad. 5 nights at the venue outside the block. So, it's $220 a night.
That's rough, man.
It's expensive, but not that crazy.
It's a...
You got to find people to split that cost with you.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if the fucking hotel costs $1,100 goddamn dollars when I go there, and then that could split 4 ways. I don't think it does. I think it's cheaper than that. Although I can't remember.
Yeah, Mike Genie, you've got the rough thing where you're filling up a whole hotel room yourself. So sorry, man. I got real lucky. A friend of mine got an Airbnb.
Damn.
And he was like, "Yeah, you're welcome to join us." But the downside is he is bringing the wife and child. And the child is less than a year old, so
yeah.
I am their guest, and I will not complain about it.
So that's your sleeping arrangement?
That is my current sleeping arrangement. Okay. If something more convenient to the con location comes up, because it's like a 15-minute drive or something, I'll take it. But I also will not look down on that kind of kindness.
Sure.
So
5 nights at the Rio was $490, which was highway robbery, considering the sad state of that. Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
So I'm gonna make a bold suggestion here, and it's a little bit of you got to trust internet strangers. There is absolutely nothing wrong with making plans with people in the community online to meet up and split a hotel room. It is very common. Like the Miniac Discord server has a lot of people coming from all over the place. I strongly encourage it. I have done it at other types of events. Saved a lot of money. Same thing for like meeting. Like I used to go airsofting. I would meet up with people I'd never met before and pick them up and carpool with them, and they would pay for my gas. It was great. And not once did I get stabbed and killed. Well, okay, there was that one time I did get stabbed and killed, but it wasn't that bad. I got better.
Maybe video chat first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying just like message random screen names and say, "Hey, do you want to split a room at Adepticon or whatever?" But like, there's nothing wrong with, hey, I know you're going, I'm going.
I've seen you chat in the server a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You seem like you're probably not a serial killer, which is good enough.
Gabatronic said, "Would love a hobby girl group so I can share a hotel with people." Yeah, okay, a little bit probably different of it.
Sinel's right. You can also live with just one kidney. So.
Yeah, it's true. They quoted me $250 to stay Saturday at the Rio before the $40 resort. Holy shit, that is bad.
Oh.
Tattoo Tabletop, thank you for the sub. I met you at LVO. We had a nice chat. Good to see you here back. Eon's Bell says, "Dude, I just bought an airsoft rifle. I'm going to go play as soon as it gets here." I have a couple airsoft guns.
I have some very expensive airsoft guns that I haven't used in a long time. I used to do things once.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I made a pledge that I won't go airsofting until I finish my truck, thinking that I was going to finish my truck within a year.
Lol.
We're in year 5 now. So, oops.
Yeah. And now he's saying.
This is the year. It's happening.
Now he's saying he's not going to finish his truck until he finishes his Stormcast Eternal Army.
No, I'm finishing the truck this year. That was my New Year's resolution. It is happening this year. Tattooed Tabletop just gifted 10 subs.
God diggity damn! Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, dude.
If you just got a gifted sub from Tattooed Tabletop, congratulations. You just got access to the Miniac Discord server.
And now you can find someone to share a Adepticon hotel room with.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
God damn, 10 subs. Thank you, sir.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, that we should probably make an Adepticon like coordination thread on the
for
Discord.
sure. Yeah, we can do that.
So
I love threads.
Yeah, threads are cool. Discord's kind of neat. But yeah, all you have to do is link your Twitch account to your Discord account, and you're in the server, baby. And that's how we get you hooked. You get that gifted sub, and you're like, man, this community's awesome. Look at all this great painting advice, and Scott interacting with people, and Evan saying stupid shit
at midnight.
Yeah, at midnight, and then a month passes, and your gifted sub ends, and you go, you know what? Maybe I should send Scott that Prime sub money. Got to get back in on that Discord server.
I want it. I need it. Kitten says, my true hobby is buying supplies for my new hobby.
True.
Yeah, I get you, Azrai. It being so close makes a lot of sense.
See, Huddleston, you get to be a creator of this, though. You booked your thing, and now you can sublease. You can be like, oh yeah, you're cool, you're in. You want to pay me $100 and you've got a place to crash? That's the way to do it.
Tattooed Tabletop says he subs for Evan's takes on movies alone. Look at that, Evan.
I mean, I am right about everything, and movies is just part of that, so thank you. Do I want to share a queen-size bed with you? I'm already sharing a queen-size bed with my buddy and his wife and his 6-month child.
You're all sleeping in the same bed together?
We're all going to be in the same twin bed. Like some sort of like 80s buddy comedy thing. Also, we just got raided by Mohan Art. Party of 10.
What up, Mohan Art viewers, and possibly also Mohan, him or herself? What up, y'all? Thank you for the raid. My wife still may kill me. It's always a possibility.
Truly the eternal conundrum.
Let's see how big my window is of painting. I go from here to here to there-ish to there-ish.
It's science.
Okay, so I have like, what is that?
You've been going a lot out of the top pretty frequently today.
Okay.
That's all right. The positioning of the camera got changed because things got disassembled.
Yes. Okay. Got that painted blue. Okay. Oh, I wanted to paint the little buttons blue too.
St. Dane, I'm trying to get Scott to commit to go to ReaperCon this year. He hasn't yet.
When is that, August or something?
Something like that.
Scott testing us for motion sickness.
Last year it was September 1st. I don't know if they've announced dates for 2023 yet.
Okay.
They probably have. I just...
Yeah, they happen at the same time. Here's a fun little question for you, Scott. If you were to be interviewed by Narduar, what's some weird, spicy detail he'd dig up on you? Are you just trying to get me to confess right now? You never snitch on yourself.
I mean, Nardwar's style, he would talk about your pre-mini painting YouTube days, probably.
Oh yeah. So here's a weird thing that I shared in my LVO class. I used to have epilepsy, and I had seizures as a child.
But then you outgrew it?
I outgrew it or I was medically cured of it. So I took medicine my entire childhood for it, and then just didn't have to keep taking it.
Truly a medical marvel.
Yeah, I know, truly, actually. Yeah, I had to like go in a lot, and like they attached a bunch of weird sensors and probes to my head, and they like put me in a whatever, maybe the CAT scan thing, and then they, did readings on me every once in a while.
But they didn't cut your brain in half.
They didn't. Nope. They did not. Me too. Wow. We got some more early onset epilepsy kids in the chat. Yeah, that was weird.
I suffer no such genetic deficiencies. I am perfect in every way. Except I am
Actually,
concerned that I might have a hernia.
It's low-key probably the reason why this channel exists. And, this is, who knows, but
Deep cuts.
my entire family, all the men in my family, all went into the military through a ROTC scholarship, which you apply for, and then they pay for 4 years of your college, and then you owe them 4 years as an officer in a particular branch of the military. That's what ROTC effectively is. And I applied for it, and I got to the very end of the process and was denied because of medical history.
Yep. History of seizures.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so then I was like, okay, I didn't have that like obligation on me. And then I went to school and paid for it myself in software engineering, and then hated that and ended up doing YouTube. But I might not have had that freedom of choice had I been in the ROTC program.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot like the US. I mean, that's not a bad deal, honestly. Well, I mean, maybe it is a bad deal considering that maybe college shouldn't be as expensive as it is. But, military creating options for people who otherwise wouldn't have them. Not a bad thing. You're lucky you didn't. Yeah, there definitely is some element of me getting lucky that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, my grandpa wanted to serve in World War II, and he was declined 3 separate times. He was an engineer, but he still wanted to enlist and just fight. He was like, put me wherever you need me. I do not care. And he got rejected for history of stomach ulcers. And he said, okay, well, I'm an engineer. I have my engineering degree. Can I help the Army Corps of Engineers? I don't have to fight. It's fine. Rejected history of stomach ulcers.
Damn.
And then he was like, I will do literally any support role. Anything. They're killing my family over there. Rejected history of stomach ulcers. And that's a much more minor thing than history of seizures or any sort of neurological disorder.
Yeah. They really don't. Yeah. I mean,
they do not mess around.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate about that. They don't just like take any person. They only want someone who's not going to like have an issue when shit hits the fan. So I appreciate that.
The stomach ulcers and stress thing is something that's actually kind of been debunked. I mean, stress worsens any sort of chronic illness, but generally it's not a huge concern. But yes, you were not wrong, Rufus Kip. And certainly we're talking about, 1940s. They're not going to take chances. On the other hand, he could have been in any number of roles. So...
got disqualified from the Marines for getting HSP vasculitis in high school. It was nuts. I don't even know what that is. Because he had slightly fucked up feet. Goddamn.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. It depends on the branch and kind of where recruitment's at. But some have been more or less picky over time. Notoriously, during the Vietnam draft, they started getting really loose with requirements in some ways. where it was just kind of like, people were trying to dodge the draft by having things that would have been disqualifying in the past that were relatively minor injuries, and they were like, it's fine. And then that ended, and they got real picky again. So.
All right.
Oof.
There's some.
I got rejected from ROTC program due to double reconstructive knee surgery from a high school football injury. Probably a good thing in the long run, but instead of being a buff soldier, I ended up a fat engineer.
There you go. It's interesting, actually, how many people in the chat know of someone or is someone who has a similar story.
Yeah, I think it's pretty common.
Me, I'm gonna watch some painting before the D&D. The chat, serious medical army stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of the D&D, my brother came into paint night last night.
Oh, cool. Is he a painter?
Painted his first mini.
Nice.
Did pretty good.
That's awesome.
He was like, I can totally paint this guy for D&D, and I was like, cool. Have an entire Lannister army. I had the Lannister half of a 2-player starter, and I was like, here you go. You're going to be a wargamer soon if I have anything to say about it. Hey, Scott.
Hey. Oh, fuck, it's 4:20.
Yeah.
All right, let me paint this axe and then we'll call it a day. Should we find someone to...
I'm already working on it.
Nice. You know the words, things, ratings, pirates. You know, the internet.
An invasion.
Blaze it, indeed.
Let's do Mohawk today.
All right, Mohawk.
Says he's doing a giveaway.
Ooh.
Wow. I like giveaways.
You do.
Next stream, we're certainly going to hit this target and give away some Dune Vipers.
Fuck yeah.
So.
There is a savage mold line on the underside of this fucking axe. It is disgusting. Apparently I missed it on every single one of the guys.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They stand in a big group. You can't see it.
Pretty much. The guys that have the axe kind of like pointed up like this, I'm maybe a little bit more worried about.
Just put some weathering in there.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to put some blood on these axes. Okay. That is probably good enough.
What silver have you been using on these axes?
I have been using AK Interactive Natural Steel.
Natural steel.
I love this stuff. I love it so much.
Yeah, all those 3rd gen AK metallics seem pretty great.
They are pretty great. I've been joining them a lot. All right, we got 3 left. Okay. We're going to head out of here now. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for supporting the stream. We had a ton of subs come through this stream.
Yes, we did.
Lots of gifted subs from Evil Eric, who I know who isn't here anymore, Tattooed Tabletop, Key and B, all gifted subs. Thank you guys so much for the support for this stream. I really appreciate it. Yeah. We're going to head you over to Mohawk Minis. Is that his name?
Yeah.
All right, very cool. Thank you guys again for hanging out. I will see you next Tuesday for another live stream. Looking forward to getting back to YouTubery this February. That's it, though, guys. Catch you next Tuesday. And also this Thursday for an AOS game against John. All right, y'all. That's it. See you later.